Mahindruji, Dinesh Sethi, all are ringing the bell of democracy. Let's give them a big round of applause, my friends, and let us join the inauguration of R.I.D.E 2024. I request all the student friends to please settle down quickly. I request all the dignitaries to kindly grace the stage by their presence, and I request them to kindly lit the lamp which will mark the inauguration of R.I.D.E 2024. All the dignitaries are joining hands for lighting the traditional lamp. My friends, I request all of you to please settle down quickly. The inaugural session has started. Dignitaries have arrived. I request all of you. I can see many students standing behind. I request the volunteers. Volunteers, please request the students to settle down quickly. The lamp is being lit. Let's give a big round of applause, my friends, and join this inauguration through our applaud. A beautiful moment, the inauguration of Research, Innovation, Design and Entrepreneurship, R.I.D.E 2024. I thank you very much. I request all the dignitaries to kindly grace the stage by their presence. I would like to invite Colonel Ashit Nathji, Shri Prakash Bangji, Professor Dr. R.M. Chitnishji, Professor Dr. Milind Pandey, Shri Ganesh Pokre, Dr. Sanjay Kamtikarji, Neeraj Mahindruji, Dr. Dinesh Sethi, and the members of Student Council to kindly grace the stage by their presence. I request all the students present in Swami Vivekananda Sabha Mandap to please settle down and observe silence as we have now started with this session. It's a humble request to the students and the teachers accompanying them to please ensure that your students are sitting quietly. My friends, as you are aware that at present, the MIT group of institutions offer education in diverse fields such as engineering, medicine, pharmacy, marine engineering, insurance, distance education, telecom management, lighting design, food and technology, retail management, business administration, and School of Government and School of Education. With such a diversity in the programs, what exactly is the common objective of the university? As the name itself suggests, MIT World Peace University, so which all the programs, all the students, and all the efforts are aligned towards bringing the peace in the world. But in order to do that, it is important that we all understand the problems of our society today. And we all come together and we all stand united to solve these problems through research, innovation, design, and entrepreneurship. My friends, before we begin this journey of 5 days, let us rise in our seats to remember and salute our motherland. I request all of you to rise in your seats for national song Vande Mataram, which would be followed by the World Peace Prayer. So I request all of you to please, all the students and teachers are requested to rise in their seats for national song Vande Mataram, which would be followed by World Peace Prayer. I request my technical team to relay.
Vande Mataram. मातरम् सुजलां सुफलां मलयज शीतलां शस्यश्यामलां मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनीं फुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनीं सुहासिनीं सुमधुरभाषिणीं सुखदां वरदां मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्.
I request all of you to please fold your hands, close your eyes, and wholeheartedly participate in World Peace Prayer.
प्रतिपाद्या जय जय स्वसंवेद्या आत्मरूपा देवातुति गणेषु सकलार्थमतिप्रकाशु म्हणे निवृत्तिदासु अवधारि गोदी गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Thank you. My friends, R.I.D.E, which is Research, Innovation, Design and Entrepreneurship, is an intra-university event fostering entrepreneurship and innovation. Now, which is in its third year, it expands students' horizons beyond conventional opportunities, providing a platform to explore and ignite ideas to solve contemporary challenges. I would like to bring to the attention of dignitaries on the dais that this is a 5-day event which focuses on research, innovation, design and entrepreneurship by simulating real-world environments and encouraging creative thinking. R.I.D.E aims to deprogram young minds and uncover solutions to hidden challenges. And now, in order to understand more about R.I.D.E 2024, I request my technical team to kindly relay a film.
Entrepreneurship is not just a word. It's a destination. Perhaps it's a lifelong process. What exactly does it take to become an inspiring entrepreneur? Here is the solution to your query. The Innovation Hub at MIT World Peace University presents for the first time ever R.I.D.E, all-inclusive conclave through which we aim to sow the seeds of research, innovation, design and entrepreneurship in the minds of our students. Learn to sustain and learn to thrive in a world full of ideas. At MIT World Peace University, we intend to nurture an entrepreneurial mindset amongst the youth who do not just know how to ideate, but to lead and run a business. Alongside raising job seekers, we also believe in increasing job creators to build an ecosystem full of entrepreneurial mindsets. We believe that any individual with a willingness to learn has a potential to rise up beyond the benchmarks that have been set. In order to bring this vision into reality, we bring to you R.I.D.E, with numerous speaker sessions where we intend to bring in prominent speakers from the industry who have built themselves up from scratch. A startup expo, which is a culmination of 100+ startups who have thrived in this dynamic business world. To add a cherry on top, we bring in a surprise element for our students with a range of recreational activities. Let's unite together to shape an innovative and independent future. 10,000+ students, 30+ schools, 4 divisions, 1 university. Let's create our future the way we always dreamt of.
Thank you very much. And now I would like to invite on stage the Dean of School of Pharmacy at MIT World Peace University, Professor Dr. Neeraj Mahendraji, to kindly propose the welcome address. Please put your hands together and welcome with a round of applause Dr. Neeraj Mahendra.
A very good morning. Welcome to R.I.D.E 24, the third edition of R.I.D.E and Startup Expo, a 5-day conclave on the theme of sustainability and climate to seed the entrepreneurial mindset in our second-year students and to create awareness about steps in creating a startup. Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Colonel Ashit Nathji, our special guest of honor, Shri Prakash Bangji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Chitnis, Honorable Chief Academic Officer, Sanjay Kamtekarji, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, faculty colleagues, and most importantly, dear students. In your journey with the university, you have passed through different phases since joining us in August 23. You had an opportunity to attend SLDP, that is Social Leadership Development Program. You went through the co-creation exercise, and now the next step is R.I.D.E, where we are trying to introduce you how a startup takes a shape. Under the leadership of Rahul Sir, whose seed idea of this conclave has been implemented for last 3 years, is to create job givers rather than just job seekers, and also for the people who students who go on to join different companies, they should have an entrepreneurial mindset so that whatever they learn over here during their stay with us for 4 to 6 years, they can implement it. So today we'll be having around 6,000 students, the undergraduate one, in this hall, while about 3,000 students are the postgraduate students are attending the same event through a live cast in their classrooms. We'll have the expert talks over next 5 days in the morning hours, followed by panel discussions. And then in the afternoons, we'll have the mentor-mentee sessions, which are in a smaller cohorts of 60 students each in the respective schools, where experts from industry will share their journeys of startups and about how the research, innovation, design, and entrepreneurship are important steps in this journey. We'll have the Startup Expo along with this, and we have the Shark Tank-like sessions where Rahul sir has promised to give away 1.5 crores to the worthy startups. So this is an opportunity for our students to make best out of this event and dream of bringing in the next unicorn. Thank you, and we look forward to great 5 days and a lot of learning. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, sir. My friends, R.I.D.E is not just an event, but it is an academic engagement which triggers the students' minds to work towards solving the social problems through research and innovation. And hence, it is apt that I invite the Chief Academic Officer of MIT World Peace University, Dr. Sanjay Kamtekarji, to briefly introduce all of us on R.I.D.E 2024. Please put your hands together and welcome with a round of applause Dr. Sanjay Kamtekarji.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. So, the R.I.D.E 2024. It's my privilege to welcome you all to the grand inauguration of R.I.D.E 2024, MIT WPU's flagship event on research, innovation, and design and entrepreneurship. This event has not only become an annual tradition, but also the thriving platform where visionaries and change makers come together to create, collaborate, and celebrate innovation. At the outset, I would like to welcome all our dignitaries, our chief guest, Colonel Ashit Nathji, Executive Director of CDAC, our guest of honor, Shri Prakash Bangji, who is an accomplished entrepreneur himself, author, marketing strategist, and business mentor. His insights and experience will undoubtedly enrich today's discussion. And of course, I would like to welcome all the deans, Honorable Vice President Chitnis ji, all the faculty members and the students. So R.I.D.E 2024 is not just another event. It is an extraordinary journey filled with innovation, inspiration, and unforgettable moments. Whether you are passionate about technology, creativity, leadership, or making a difference in the world, that is your chance to shine. This year, our focus is, of course, the sustainability and climate change. So I would like to remind you all the second-year students, R.I.D.E is a credit-based event and participation is not just encouraged, but it is essential. Your involvement today will shape your journey ahead, and remember, these who do not embrace this opportunity, next 5 days, including today, each day you will be learning from the leaders of each field about research, innovation, design, entrepreneurship, how they become successful, where they failed, how they overcome their failure. So this is the great opportunity for you, and as Dean just mentioned that we have allocated about 1.5 CR of seed funding for the startups, which our Executive President Rahul Karadji has allocated. So take advantage of that. And in conclusion, I will urge you all to immerse yourself fully in this event of R.I.D.E 2024 is more than a conference. It's a celebration of ideas, forum of collaboration, and springboard for your future. So let us make the most of it. Thank you very much for your attention now and next 4 or 5 days. Let's embark on this incredible journey together. God bless you and Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your words and introducing all of us to R.I.D.E 2024. And now I would like to invite the Honorable Vice Chancellor of MIT World Peace University, Professor Dr. R.M. Chitnis, sir, to kindly address the gathering. Please welcome, with a round of applause, Honorable Vice Chancellor.
Good morning, dear students. Good morning, I said. This program, SLDP, like SLDP, is for you, R.I.D.E. And it would be great to have a pin drop silence in the pendal because it gives a wrong picture from the dais. So may I request all the students to concentrate on all the lectures which are happening for you. Students, those who are walking, are requested to take the designated seats as quickly as possible. Still, sound of whispering, sound of cross-talking is there. I request absolute silence in the pendal right away. Thank you, Dr. Kamtekar, sir, for the introduction of this unique 5-day conclave, R.I.D.E, initiated by Rahul Vishwanath Karad, sir, as we became MIT World Peace University. This is the 3rd edition of unique platform for students to get exposure to research, innovation, design, and entrepreneurship, all under one roof. While on one side, the tagline of MIT WPU is to ensure technology, research, social innovation, and partnership as the objective, R.I.D.E provides a right pathway to achieve those objectives in a systematic manner. As you are aware, R.I.D.E is a mandatory credit program for all the second-year students. And whatever lectures are happening, there could be exam, and that's why it is suggested that whatever speakers are going to address you, make the points noted in your diary or in your mobile phone. In the second year, my dear students, you start thinking deeper, and R.I.D.E fulfills all the aspirations of the students who wish to opt for different paths in their professional careers. And in that context, the next 5 days are going to be game-changing moments of your life, my dear students. We assure you game-changing because this is conceived by Dr. Rahul Vishwanath Karad, sir, in such a way that if you have around 9,000-10,000 students attending, 6,500 in this pendal, 3,500 online. Out of this 10,000, even if 1/10 of them, 10%, go ahead and start their businesses or startup, they provide an employment to so many other boys and girls who are in requirement of it. It not only gives impetus to the gross domestic product, but also it gives opportunity for the aspirations and the career which you dream of. Not that all 100% of you will go and start the business, we are aware, because most of you want placements. But if all of you want placements, then who will offer placements? Someone has to start the business. And that was idea of Dr. Rahul Vishwanath Karad, sir. He did not stop there. but he said that when we are out of Pune University, we became private university, we should go for a different pedagogy, and the plus plus program is created. And thereby semester 1, social leadership development program. Semester 2, you have co-creation program. Semester 3, you have R.I.D.E. Semester 4, you have rural immersion program. Semester 4 and 5, you have national academic immersion program. Semester 5 and 6, internship and global immersion program. Let me tell you that this would be the only university in the world which is intriguing into this kind of a pedagogy. And you are one of the first few students who get advantage of this. One way of looking at it is this large pandal. We come together and all of you, division 1 here, 2 here, 3 there and 4 here, you have a good get together. But no, that is not idea of Rahul Vishwanath Karad sir. The idea is come together and have some kind of idea in terms of new project or extension of existing project or product or service. Thereby you can say that we have our own startup, we created our own industry. So R.I.D.E. is a one-stop shop for our students to explore different avenues and make thoughtful decisions for their professional careers. And that's why it is in your best interest to focus and keenly listen to the thought of the expert speakers here. You are aware that afternoon you are taken to different classrooms and different entrepreneurs come and talk to you one-on-one or in a smaller group of 60. We have 52 classrooms identified for you. In afternoon, post 2 p.m., you will be taking seats in different classrooms and all the entrepreneurs, business persons will help you to start your own business. Friends, research, innovation, design and entrepreneurship are interlinked. They all are very much interwoven and they go hand in hand. Research in applied form leads to innovation. Innovation further leads to design aspect, creative as well as thematic. And ultimately, design backed up by the innovative ideas which are supported by critical systematic research, lays path of successful entrepreneurship. So your final game point will be starting your own business, which is entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship has not only R.I.D.E, but it also have achievement motivation. And those of you who have some motivation in your mind to achieve something in life, which is called as achievement motivation, they will be able to create large businesses, though small at initial stage, and take your career to next level, employ 5,000 plus people under you, have your own private jet also in your life. With this, Dr. Rahul Vishwanath Karad sir has created this huge Pildom, world's largest classroom for R.I.D.E, in which you are sitting and speaking to successful entrepreneurs for 5 long days. Take advantage of it. In addition to that, there is going to be exam out of this, and if you pass this R.I.D.E, then only you will get this degree. Let me end with few words in Hindi. जीवन में सफलता उसी इंसान को मिलती है, जीवन में सफलता उसी इंसान को मिलती है जो समय पर नहीं बल्कि समय से पहले उठता है, समय से आगे चलता है, समय से आगे जाके सोचता है और काम करता है. And I am sure you all belong to these 2 lines in Hindi, and you will be always ahead of time, and R.I.D.E will help you to go ahead of times, and thereby we should be thankful and grateful to Rahul Karad sir. I request all of you to, he could not come today because his flight is delayed, but he will be coming and talking to you as he comes back to Pune city. And it is our duty and responsibility to thank profoundly with a big round of applause to Rahul Vishwanath Karad sir. This message is on behalf of him also. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Vande Mataram.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, for that beautiful message which gives us and tells us the importance of being ahead of time and thinking ahead of time. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for that. And now, as per the tradition of this platform, I would like to request Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, and all the dignitaries on the dais to please join hands in welcoming our dignitaries on the dais. First and foremost, I would like to request, sir, to kindly felicitate and welcome the Executive Director of CDAC, the chief guest of this session, Colonel Asit Nath ji. Please put your hands together and welcome with a huge round of applause, my friends, Colonel Asit Nath ji, the Executive Director of CDAC, Center for Development of Advanced Computing. I would now like to request sir to kindly felicitate and welcome the entrepreneur, author, marketing strategist and business mentor, Shri Prakash Bangji. A big round of applause, my friends, for Shri Prakash Bangji. Thank you, both of you, for being here today on the inaugural session of R.I.D.E 2024. Thank you very much. And now, my friends, it is my honor and privilege, and with the kind permission of the stage, I would like to read the message of Managing Trustee of MITES MIT and Executive President of MITES MIT World Peace University and Chief Initiator of MIT School of Government, Shri Rahul V. Karar. Janani Janmabhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi. My dear student friends, I would have liked to be with all of you here today for the opening ceremony of 3rd edition of prestigious Research, Innovation, Design, Entrepreneurship program. But due to some pressing engagements, I am not able to be amongst you this morning. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Colonel Asit Nath and Shri Prakash Bangji to MIT WPU and thank them for their gracious occasion. My dear friends, Research, Innovation, Design, Entrepreneurship program is not just an annual event, but an integral part of our academic program. We consider R.I.D.E so important for your professional development that we have given this program credits in the 2nd year of your degree program. It is a 5-day academic program that is truly for the students and by the students. I have often said that we as Bharatiyas cannot blindly copy the development models adopted by the Western world. We can certainly study the best practices from other countries, but ultimately, Bharat being a unique country, our problems will require solutions tailor-made for us. That is, we require Indian development models made for Indians by the Indians. I have envisaged R.I.D.E along with my academic colleagues as an endeavor in this direction. As the name itself suggests, R.I.D.E is envisioned keeping in mind the 3 most important aspects of what it finally takes to be an entrepreneur: research, innovation, and design. In today's era, there are no areas of our lives remain unimpacted by the technological innovations. No solution can be arrived at in isolation by one-on-one in particular field. We have to cross boundaries and come together to truly come up with truly innovative solutions. Even coming up with a solution to something as generic as traffic problems in Pune will require many disciplines such as different departments of engineering, management, law, and psychology to work together, just to name a few of the disciplines involved. And of course, any solution will require a design thinking approach. Hence, an entire day is devoted in this 5-day program to the area of design. I must tell you that not every idea that comes out at the end of these 5 days will end up going to the market as a product, and not each one of you is going to become an entrepreneur. But this should not discourage you. My dear friends, if you use these 5 days effectively, all of you are going to develop entrepreneurial mindset. This mindset and through process is going to stand with you in good stead, no matter which career path you choose. This is the importance and real purpose of R.I.D.E. All of you are going to get a certificate for active participation in this program. For those of you who do come up with innovative ideas, you all already know that we have this unique opportunity for you where you can make interdisciplinary teams and approach your faculty members for financial assistance to implement your ideas for an amount up to rupees 1 lakh. This funding is going to be distributed amongst all the faculty members. This initiative will provide a very good launching pad for you to test the viability of your ideas. Please approach your faculty members for this funding and make the most of this opportunity. In today's fast-changing and complex world, we cannot just depend on politicians and big corporate houses to be the agents of change. It is you, dear students, who have to take up this responsibility and work towards the betterment of your own future. You have to try to be the job creators and not just the job seekers. In the times to come, keeping this in mind, you have already been exposed to SLDP and co-creation in the first year of your degree programs to make you aware of the societal challenges and to teach you how you can work in interdisciplinary teams to come up with the solutions to these problems. At R.I.D.E, you will learn what it takes to convert these solutions into marketable products and actually be agents of change in the world around you. Soon, you will also be attending Rural Immersion Program, where you will spend at least 4 or 5 nights in villages to understand and appreciate how the other half of Bharat lives, the challenges they face, and how you can contribute to make their lives better using your technical areas of expertise. NAIP and Global Immersion Programs will further give you opportunities to step outside your comfort zones, thereby expanding your horizons and truly becoming global citizens. Once again, I would like to say that all these programs are not just events, but a part of academic curriculum at MIT WPU. These are unique opportunities and teaching learning methodologies that no other university in the world will provide you. It is your responsibility to make the best of these opportunities and use them to realize your true potential. My friends, attendance is compulsory for next 5 days. And any of your friends are not there or not taking this program seriously, please reach out to them and put positive peer pressure on them so that they too make the best of this unique program. I wish you all the very best for next 5 days. I'm sure you will make the best use of not only the morning sessions, but also the afternoon breakout sessions where you will get an opportunity to interact with experts in smaller groups. Over 500 experts from industry will be coming to interact with you as part of these afternoon breakout sessions. Be sure to interact with the guests and ask them questions so that this entire endeavor becomes a rewarding opportunity not only for you but also for the guests. I look forward to addressing all of you in person in near future. Thank you. Good luck. My friends, this was the thought, this was the message of our Honorable Executive President, Shri Rahul V. Karaut sir. My friends, as he has indicated in his address, that it is our duty to ensure that we give our full attention and focus to this event for all 5 days. As per the instructions received from Honorable Stage, I would like to request all the teachers and student volunteers in the auditorium to immediately stop taking attendance on the attendance sheets. It is quite visible from here that students and teachers are marking attendance from here. I would like to request all of them to immediately stop taking attendance. It is becoming a reason of noise. I request all of you to keep this attendance back till the end of this session. Thank you very much. And my friends, now it's time when I invite the chief guest of this session, the Executive Director of CDAC, Colonel Asit Nathji, to address the gathering. But before I do that, I request my technical team to kindly relay a small film made on life and work of Colonel Asit Nathji.
Shri Ashit Nath is a prominent leader and director at CDAC, where he has significantly advanced India's capabilities in high-performance computing. With over 2 decades of experience, he has spearheaded the development of indigenous supercomputers and led national projects that address complex computational needs in areas like climate modeling and national security. He is also a strong advocate for sustainable computing practices and actively contributes to discussions on the future of technology and its role in national development. We warmly welcome Shri Ashit Nath.
Please put your hands together and welcome with a big round of applause, my friends, Colonel Asit Nathji. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. Very good morning to all the dignitaries on the dais and my dear students and faculty who are participating in this event. It's a matter of great pride and privilege for me to have been invited to this wonderful program with a very great aim of exposing you all to different kinds of disciplines and tickling your curiosity so that you can be acquainted with all what is available in the world today, in India today, and pick and choose your path. Actually, I am reminded of a film which talked about these kind of sentiments that, everyone is running in this world. When you go out into the real world, you will find it's a race. No one knows why they are running. So there was a gentleman who asked another person, do you know why you're running? He says, no. The other guy is running, that's why I am running behind him. But I'm losing the race. That is a matter of insecurity. So he said, choose your own race so that you can excel in it. So it is that sentiment, I think, which R.I.D.E probably is trying to inculcate in you, of giving you an exposure to a wide spectrum of disciplines, opportunities which are available in the world today, so that you pick your own race in which you can excel. I have actually picked two topics, that is AI and quantum computing, which I will be delving AI not in that much of detail, but quantum computing in some amount of detail. I thought that since we have had an exposure to this very niche field as of now, most of the students who have not had this exposure probably would be curious to know how a quantum computer works. So, because of the paucity of time, I'll be advancing through some of the slides quickly because it's the longest presentation. So please pay attention and see if whatever you can gather from the presentation. So AI is a kinetic enabler of India's digital economy and makes governance smarter and more data-led. All of you know, because AI is all pervasive in our lives. All the applications, banking, whatever you have on the mobile phones, your Alexa, automatic speech recognition, text-to-speech, machine translation, health, all e-commerce applications, anything you talk of today is having AI at the background. But then, in India, very little hardware platforms are available so that we can make our own AI platforms, we can make our own models. So that is what we need to focus on today. There are models available, there are tools available. How to adopt them to the Indian scenario? So it is actually, this industry is expected to add US $967 billion to the Indian economy by 2035. And in light of all this and understanding the importance of the situation, the national program on AI has been unveiled by the government of India with a huge amount of investment. India has also been nominated as the council chair of the Global Partnership on AI, which is called GPAI, by winning more than 2/3 of the first preference votes. And we are ranked first in AI skill penetration and first in number of GitHub AI projects as per the Stanford AI Index. So that's a matter of pride for India. So these are some of the major components which we use for AI application development. So how do you create an AI application? You first define the problem. You know what the result is like. You know what the input is like. But the part in between, it needs to be handled by the hardware platform. Then you collect and prepare the data, which is very important. Data curation, the correct kind of data is very important for an AI application. And it has a whole lot of complications attached to it, a whole lot of legal complications attached to it, because we need to address compliances and legalities for use of data. Then you choose the right models and tools, you train the AI models, you deploy the solution, and then you continue, it's a cycle. You continue and evolve the solution and the model. Now, these are the leading challenges in implementing the initiatives in businesses. What are the challenges? Is first, putting across that your use case has value. Then you have lack of technological infrastructure, as I said. There's hardly enough hardware platforms available. Today, for your knowledge, CDAC has a large AI platform called Paramsiddhi AI. There are two machines which I've linked together based on NVIDIA GPUs, and they have a combined compute capacity of around 430 AI petaflops. We are offering some of these machines to startups. So some startups here know about the thing, or you can take advantage of the compute platform available. In addition, we are adding a 250 AI petaflop machine in IIT Delhi campus in Sonipat. So these are some of the platforms which are available, readily available for you all to experiment. So this is all about the technical infrastructure available. In addition, of course, I'm just going to bring out, the government is spending almost around 10,000 crores in creating a big AI infrastructure in the country. Then the next challenge is the storage of skilled AI talent, shortage, not storage, sorry, shortage of skilled AI talent, lack of clean data, lack of trust towards AI-based decisions, algorithmic failures in between, and as I said, the legal concerns, compliance issues, lack of skills, and lack of clear strategy. Now, the top ways in which businesses and business owners, they use AI. First, of course, is the customer service, the e-commerce. Then is cybersecurity and fraud management. You would know today that there are self-resilient systems in the country which are being made so that whenever a cyber threat occurs, with the help of AI, they can make out that it is a cyber threat and immediately take automatic decisions to curb that cyber threat. And this is what is keeping most of us safe from millions of cyber attacks which are occurring on the internet on a daily basis. Then you have digital personal assistants, the chatbots, the customer relationship management, inventory management, content production, product recommendations, accounting, supply chain operations, and so on and so forth. Now the median AI maturity index in India, if you see industry-wise or the domain-wise, the tech industry today has matured almost to a 60% level, and the other industries are following. The automotive industry, aerospace and defense are following. And the least, unfortunately, is the banking and capital markets, which needs to go higher. These are the future trends in AI, which we all know. We have been reading about it. Explainable AI, generative AI, integration with IoT, AI for creativity, and so on and so forth. There are key players in AI, which you all know. I need not do anything much about it. This is what I wanted to tell you, that India AI mission to strengthen the AI innovation ecosystem. If you see today, the cabinet chaired by the Prime Minister has approved the comprehensive nation-level India AI mission with a budget outlay of 10,371 crores. Now coming to another technology domain which is more niche, and probably you will see the results of this in 3-4 years or 5 years time. But there's a lot of movement happening in the background and a lot of investment happening in this field all across the world. And India has also taken note of it, and Honorable Prime Minister and the Cabinet have already approved the National Quantum Mission worth around 6,000 crores, for which a lot of things are going on in the background. Other than that, also there were programs called NMICPS Quest, which have happened in the past, which have given enough funding to make India a reckonable power, a reckonable, all the institutions put together in India, having a global footprint in this quantum computing. So these are the key principles of quantum computing: the qubits, superposition, entanglement. For all the people who are interested in this, all this is available in the textbooks. So it is a computational system which makes direct use of quantum mechanical phenomena such as superposition and entanglement to perform operations on data. Digital computers or classical computers require data to be encoded in binary bits, whereas here we have qubits. So these are some of the quantum mechanics principles which are used to realize qubits, which form the basis of quantum processors and the quantum. It's not only the quantum computing, but quantum communications and many other phenomena. Why quantum computing is important? Because the Moore's law is failing and the miniaturization in the transistor industry is actually going down. Now in 1981, it's as old as that, Richard Feynman determined that it is possible to efficiently stimulate an evolution of a quantum system on a classical computer. Then in 85, David Deutsch published a theoretical paper describing a universal quantum computer. This is the most important event which happened, which sent people scrambling to learn more about quantum computing and to get into the R&D and development of quantum computing. Peter Shor used entanglement and superposition methods to find prime factors, integer factorization. And he did it in much, much faster time than a normal, classical, even a supercomputer, theoretically. So he demonstrated that cryptographic algorithms could be broken. Hitherto impossible to break cryptographic codes or algorithms could be broken in a few minutes, in a few hours, or at max a few days' time. So that was the threat to the entire data industry, the defense, the strategy, and every kind of industry, that if the normal cryptographic codes could be broken, what would happen? It would be chaos. Actually, the country or the power which could actually generate this kind of compute, which could break the cryptographic codes, they had all the power in the world. So that sent a lot of development happening in the area of quantum computing. Then we had our own Indian origin American scientist, Love Grover, who invented the quantum database search algorithm. And the Grover algorithm and the Shor's algorithm today are the basis of a lot of quantum technology applications. The Grover's algorithm is more used in quantum optimization, whereas the Shor's algorithm, is integer factorization. So I'll not go into too much of theory because of the lack of time available. But I would like to tell you that, unlike a bit which has two values, a 0 or a 1, a qubit can exist in multiple infinite states, 2 to the power n possibilities. And there are different kinds of quantum computers available, but you can classify them as gate-based computers and non-gate-based quantum computers. So this is today what a quantum computer looks like. If you see, is there a pointer available? Okay, never mind. So I'll have some more diagrams to describe how a quantum computer functions, so we'll go about that. So this is the need for quantum computing. To get equipped to the next frontier technological advantage of quantum computing with exponential problem solving capabilities. So it will lead to superior efficiency, quick detection, integration and diagnosis, transforming machine learning and AI capabilities manifold. It will give industry, commerce and finance the advantage for greater enhancement, protect government and civilian communications and stored data, technological solutions for grand challenges. It's a disruptive technology for quantum cryptography, as I pointed out, and drive overall societal progress, generate employment, faster economic growth, etc. Now the quantum market is growing. If you see, from 2020 to 2023, it has achieved a cumulative average growth rate of 33.1%. And this is the kind of investment which is happening all over the world. If you note, the investment made by US is $3.7 billion. This is slightly old data, just to give you the picture about what is happening in the world. And on the other hand, you see China, which has announced an investment of $25 billion, which is the maximum anywhere in the world. The Indian investment is somewhere around $1.2 billion. As per the NASSCOM report, the value add to the Indian economy today is almost negligible, will be US dollars 310 billion by 2030. Development of indigenous quantum computers. Today, we have two institutions, that is Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and TIFR in Mumbai, which have created some sort of quantum computers with 3 to 4 physical qubits. It's going to be 10,000 plus logical qubits. There's a physical qubit, there is a logical qubit. A logical qubit is an error-free qubit. Right now, to realize an error-free logical qubit, for one logical qubit, you require almost 100 physical qubits. So by 2030, India is going to develop 10,000 plus logical qubits. So that is the kind of talent we have. And that is the kind of impetus we have for quantum computing. Number of startups which are headquartered in India today that you would be interested because this is a startup event, entrepreneurship event. It's only about 14 plus in India in quantum computing, which will be around 400 to 500 by 2030. And the McKinsey report puts India as the country with the highest quantum talent in the world. That is a matter of pride for India. Because a lot of universities, a lot of institutions are offering short courses in quantum computing. And very recently, some of the institutions like Indian Institute of Science have announced MTech courses. Defense Institute of Advanced Technology already is having an MTech course. So this is about the National Quantum Mission to scale up R&D and deployment in quantum technology. You would be interested in these startups, the QNU Labs, QRD Labs, QKrishi, Q Labs. They are in various domains in quantum computing. TACBit Labs, Boson Q, QPi AI, Confluence, Silicofeller, Automatski, Artificial Brain. Some of them are into use case development, algorithm development. Some of them are into hardware development. Some of them are into quantum cryptographic products. Let me tell you that today, quantum computing may not be in an advanced stage in India, but we are in quite an advanced stage as far as quantum communication is concerned. We have already demonstrated quantum safe communication links between one place to another in Chennai as part of some projects. And very soon this is going to be enhanced. So it's called a Metropolitan Area Quantum Network, on which quantum random number generation, QRNG, is used to generate quantum keys and distribute quantum keys. So the essence of secure communication is to distribute quantum keys and to use these quantum keys for encryption to get a quantum safe link. So there are some other players in the quantum computing industry. You have Infosys, which is having a very good quantum program. You have Emphasis. You have Tech Mahindra. You have TCS, which have well-developed quantum teams and quantum programs. And they are working primarily on use case development and getting customers in industry all over the world. Now to realize qubits, you have various technologies. You have superconducting, trapped ions, quantum dots, neutral atoms, NV center diamond, topological qubits, etc. But the most mature technology today is the superconducting qubits. And a lot of superconducting based quantum computers are being deployed all over the world as I speak today. And they are being integrated with high performance computers as we speak today. So this is the architecture of a quantum computer. If you see on the left side, you have a normal classical computer which runs the software, the high-level program, then it has the lower-level routines, the quantum assembly and machine language called the QASM, which converts the programs into impulses. And then these impulses are fed onto the control electronics rack, which is there in the center, which is an FPGA-based electronics, which gives microwave impulses to the quantum computer, or rather the quantum processor, the blow-up of which you see on the right side. It's a quantum processor which resides right at the bottom of a chandelier-like structure which you see in the middle. It's called the dilution refrigerator. So the dilution refrigerator has to be cooled to almost absolute zero temperature. That is almost minus 10 millikelvin in order to realize the superconducting properties of materials like niobium, etc., which form the very basis or the heart of the quantum processor. And then readouts are taken, and there are many errors existing today, and that is why quantum computers are not able to match the speed of the high performance computers today. The error rate in quantum computers is almost 1 in 10 raised power 6 as compared to 1 in 10 raised power minus 9 or 1 in 10 raised power 10 in classical computers. So that is why you're not able to realize speed. A lot of work is going on in error correction today in the tuning of quantum computers. So one operation cycle of a quantum computer I described for you. You identify a use case, let's say protein folding. Then you realize a circuit out of that. The circuit design is done in a higher level language. Convert Python to Quasum code. Then you have the control pulse generation. Then you have the initialization and characterization of the qubits, which are situated in the processor at the bottom of the dilution refrigerator. You send microwave pulses to manipulate these qubits. Then a measurement readout is taken. Quantum error correction is applied. Then these analog readouts are converted into digital readouts, and you get the output. So there are millions of such cycles required in order to realize your results. And if you see, there are a whole lot of corporations, big companies in the financial domain, in the telecom domain, in the aerospace domain, which are getting quantum ready. They are slowly converting their operations into the quantum computing way of programming, because they know that the moment a quantum computer becomes fast, you call it a quantum advantage. A quantum computer becomes faster than a classical computer. They are going to be, their businesses are going to be much, much more advantageous than other businesses. So in the areas of simulation, in the areas of mathematics, in the areas of search and optimization, there are these industries which are given on the right side of the slide. The credit-based companies, the telecom companies like Vodafone, then companies like Bosch, HSBC, Goldman Sachs, Woodside Energy, Boeing, JP Morgan, all these companies they are clients of IBM, they are clients of TCS, Infosys, and they are converting their operations into quantum. Now these are some of the quantum use cases which are broadly characterized into banking and financial sector, manufacturing, life sciences, material sciences, energy utilities, aerospace, transportation, environment and weather. Now this is what I was talking about, Today, if you see the curve at the bottom, which is the exponent curve, is slower than that of a classical computer. Today we are living in an era called NISQ, Noisy Intermediate Stage Quantum Computers, NISQ. But the moment that inflection point which I am showing, where the classical computing is a linear line and the exponential curve crosses that linear line, that is where the quantum computers are going to actually get the maximum advantage, and all computing is going to actually become multiple times faster than classical computers. So the world is working towards that with the help of bigger and bigger quantum computers, innovative ideas in error correction, and so on and so forth. So this is a software stack. It's quite a well-developed software stack. And a lot of companies, and it's a matter of pride for us to say that even CDAC has developed a software stack. We have developed a quantum simulator in the area of quantum computing. And many institutions in India, they are at various stages of development in quantum computing. And we'll be able to actually take on the global challenge as and when it comes. So these are some of the players in the quantum stack. The control and measurement electronics, which is another subsystem of the quantum computer. This is the dilution refrigerator. And these are the kind of processor technologies and the companies which are there in the processor technologies. So what I'll do is I'll leave my presentation here. So any student who wants a copy of it, I can tell these people to provide you a copy of it so you can benefit from the information available in this presentation. So these are the courses in quantum computing which are happening in various institutions in the country. And these are the future trends. So with that, I think I'll, in the interest of time and further progress of this seminar, I'll end my presentation here. I'm sure some of you, I was able to actually tickle the imagination and the curiosity of some of you, and you would take further steps to learn more about AI, to learn more about quantum computing, and benefit from whatever has been presented to you. Anything else which you would like to know, we are all available. The email ID is there. We would definitely like to help you more and more to get you into this challenging field. So thank you very much, and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Colonel Asitnath ji. Thank you very much for that beautiful, deep understanding of quantum computing. I'm sure that's the future, and this generation is going to live in that era. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much once again on behalf of all the students. And now it's time for yet another inspiring and motivational address. I'm now going to invite the special guest of honor for this morning, Shri Prakash Bangji. But before I invite him, I request my technical team to kindly relay.
Shri Prakash Bang is a visionary entrepreneur, author, marketing strategist, and business mentor whose journey began with just rupees 2,000. At the age of 14, he took a bold step by pawning his mother's jewelry to start his career as a door-to-door salesman, selling products like Kolhapuri chappals and Surat sarees. These early experiences became his informal marketing education. Shri Bang has pioneered innovative ideas throughout his career, such as branding Alfonso mangoes as corporate gifts under the Bangos brand. His marketing strategies have significantly boosted market shares of brands like Videocon, Indian Express, Kinetic Honda, Jai Hind, Wama, Silai, and many more. As the founder of Rooms XML Solutions Limited, now known as Tuba, he established a unique concept that expanded globally with an annual run rate of Rs 1,600 crores, operating debt-free. Shri Bang is also the author of acclaimed books like Your Enterprise Isn't Dead Yet and My 2 Cents Worth, offering fresh perspectives on management. His workshops have enlightened over 10,000 entrepreneurs. An avid traveler and photographer, he holds a national record for the longest travel blog recognized by the Limca Book of Records since 2014. We are honored to welcome Shri Prakash Bang.
Thank you very much. Please put your hands together and welcome with a huge round of applause, my friends, Shri Prakash Bangji.
Thank you, sir, for calling me in here, and my dear friends. एक सवाल आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं. How many of you here really want to become entrepreneurs? Raise your hands. Okay, very few. Which means that the others who have not raised their hands would want to take up a job. How many of you want to take up a job? Come on, it's not matching. ये मैच नहीं हो रहा, मतलब जो हाथ ऊपर नहीं हुए वो करना क्या चाहते हैं लाइफ में? सिर्फ ट्विटर एंड इंस्टाग्राम? Or you really want to be successful in what you choose to do? मैं आपको आज लेक्चर नहीं देने वाला हूं, but what I'm going to do today is give you 6 tips. Just 6 tips. Please pay attention because you won't find them in books. This institute is preparing you and will prepare you to become successful when you get out of this institute after graduation. But then what happens? If you take up a job or if you want to start your own business, you need to become successful. So what I'm going to do today in the next 10 or 15 minutes is give you 6 tips which I have picked up in my life working on the field in India and abroad for the last 55 years. So friends, how to become a successful entrepreneur or a leader? First, focus. Friends, you would have plenty of ideas. You would have plenty of features in your products or service or in the market which you want to go. But that won't help. You would need to specialize. You would need to go deep into what you actually are passionate about. The name of the game in the competitive world outside is being involved. So what I mean to say, and understand this very carefully, do more and more about less and less. मतलब क्या कर रहे हैं आप? You are specializing your area of interest. So much so that you almost know everything of your chosen field. And when you get to do that, it will give you an edge over your competitors. So first, friends, is focus. Just don't lose. Try and understand, you cannot be everything to everyone. No, it's not possible. You will have to mean something to someone, and that's the key. So that's the first. Second, which we all ignore, especially in this world of WhatsApp, communication. Friends, you are good in your subject. You are good in your products. You are good in offering what you have to give. But honestly, how many of you are good in communicating that thought? The second most important thing for you to understand is to be excellent. Read my lips, excellent in communications. If you want to be successful, you will have to master the art of presenting well. You have no option but to be excellent in your chosen language in which you would want to do your business or you want to become a leader in a company. English is a business language, fair enough. But then there are regional markets. Are you good in Hindi? Are you good in Marathi, in Gujarati, in whichever state you are from? Friends, please, 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 master the language. It's going to be very important. Let me give you an example. On an average, we receive 100 applications for jobs in our company. You know what? Let me give you a secret as owner of a business. We don't look at the profile in the first place. Profile is good, but you know what we look at? We have made it compulsory for the job applicants to put in a covering letter. That covering letter is enough for us to understand the depth of how good or bad that guy could be in an organization. You may think, I can always ask ChatGPT to make a profile for me, to write a covering letter for me. But friends, we have got tools to realize and to understand whether this thought has original or whether it has been created by Chat GPT. That is the importance of communications. I mean, GR8 is great. No, it is GREAT. I mean, please, you can do this with your friends, but when you're out on the world, you have to be very serious about communications. So that was point number 2. Point number 3. We talk about it, but how many of us follow? The time management. How many of you really value your time and the time of someone else whom you are going to meet? Friends, when somebody says 9 a.m., they actually mean 8:55 and not 9:05. Even in this hall, I saw that there was chaos at 9. Why? And let me tell you, when you go out for an interview or when you go out for a meeting, यार मैं ट्रैफिक में फंस गया इसलिए लेट हो गया. Now that excuse worked a few years ago, but that excuse doesn't work now because of Google Maps. अगर आपको मालूम है कि कहीं पहुंचने में आधा घंटा लगेगा, तो आपको 35 मिनट पहले निकलना पड़ेगा. Excuses of coming late is not acceptable in the business environment. I learned this the very hard way. In early 90s, I got an assignment to work for Indian Express in Singapore. I was to collect advertisements for the 25th Independence Day of Singapore National. So I went there seeking appointments, and I called a technology company in Singapore seeking an appointment. So the secretary asked me, when would you like to come? And I told them, as we were used to, I'm going back late 80s, early 90s. ये तो I'll come 2-2:30 वाजता ये तो I'll come between 2 and 2:30. You know what was the answer that I got? Sir, 2 or 2:30. That half an hour. What do you think my boss is going to do? Twiddle his thumb waiting for you? कि अब प्रकाश आएगा? Doesn't work. Friends, it's better to be 5 minutes early than be 5 minutes late, because in that 5 minutes, you would have lost an opportunity. Talking of opportunity, that's the 4th point which I'd like to say. हमने सुना है, हमने पढ़ा है, opportunity knocks. Opportunity आपका दरवाजा खटखटाएगी, बस आपको दरवाजा खोलना है and opportunity will be there. Wrong. Opportunity these days don't knock. It used to, but now the things have changed. होता क्या है? Opportunity is coming to your door and your competitor grabs the opportunity in between. So what do? Don't wait for the opportunity to reach you. You have to go out and hunt for the opportunity. And there are plenty of opportunities on the field. Instagram पे बैठ के, WhatsApp पे बैठ के opportunities नहीं आती है. You have to go out and actually find out कि what is there that would be interest to me so that I can pick up those opportunity, build it, and sell it. 5th, work hard. Simple, isn't it? On an average, I interact with 2,000 MBA students every year in Maharashtra and out of Maharashtra. I'm honestly worried about 1,999 of them. You know why? वो हमें सुनाते हैं ज्ञान. Sir, we are doing MBA. We work smarter, not harder. Bullshit. It is not possible. अगर किसी काम को 10 घंटे लगते हैं तो 10 घंटे लगते हैं अच्छा करने के लिए. By working smart, you say that I can do that in 7 hours. You have created a product which is 30% short of quality. Yes. What do I mean by working smart? If you have to travel 10 kilometers and if you are walking, it may take you 2 hours. Now, by working smart, you take a bicycle and you can do that probably in 30 minutes. Now, still working smarter, you buy a car and you can do that in 10 minutes. That is working smart. But the question is, do you have the money to buy a car? You will buy a car in times to come, but not on day one unless you have identified a very rich father-in-law. It's not possible otherwise. So friend, not only work smart, but you will have to work hard. And finally, the 6th point, deliver. Friends, it's so common when you're discussing with somebody, we're discussing with a vendor. हाँ, हो जाएगा सब, कर दूंगा, कल आ जाइए, हो जाएगा. हो जाएगा doesn't work. You have to exactly know what you want to deliver and when. So what? Under promise and over deliver, that will take you long way. Learn to say no if you cannot deliver by 4 o'clock today. सर मैं 4 बजे नहीं दे सकता क्योंकि मेरे पास ये हाथ में काम है, बट कल सुबह मैं 10 बजे दूंगा. And by God, make sure that you deliver that by 9:55 the next morning. And if you do that, again opportunities open up, because you know why? Your competitors are not following invariably time schedules, but you can. If you can follow time schedules, that will give you an edge in whatever you choose to do in your lives. With this, I conclude and remind you once again to remember the 6 points, and I repeat: focus, do more and more about less and less. Communication, say it well. Time, be punctual. Opportunity, hunt for it. Work hard, add smartness to it, deliver as promised. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Shri Prakash Bankji. Thank you very much for those tips and those pointers, which I'm sure would help students to go a long way. And I would like to take this opportunity to request all the dignitaries on the dais to give us a memorable photograph. I request all of them to please hold the R.I.D.E folder which is in front of them. I request them to please give us, yes, if they can please step forward. And my friends, with this we are coming towards the conclusion of inaugural session, but I'm sure you are aware that the next session would immediately continue after this. So I request all the teachers and students to remain seated. A beautiful photograph of all the dignitaries on the dais. Give them a big round of applause, my friends. And I now request the Dean of Faculty of Engineering and Technology, MIT World Peace University, Dr. Dinesh Sethji, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Distinguished guests, respected dignitaries, and dear colleagues, as we come to the close of this remarkable inaugural session of the third R.I.D.E 2024, I stand before to express our profound gratitude. Firstly, I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to our Chief Patron, Dr. Vishwanath D. Karad, UNESCO Chairholder, Founder and Chief Patron of MIRE and President of MIT World Peace University. Your visionary leadership continues to inspire all of us, and your tireless efforts in promoting world peace and education are truly commendable. A special thank to Shri Rahul V. Karad Sir, Management Trustee of MIRE and Executive President of MIT World Peace University, for your unwavering commitment to foster innovation and entrepreneurship. Your insights today have set a strong tone for rest of the conclave. Your innovative ideas like R.I.D.E, SLDP, and so many others are always providing a means of adding something more to the personalities of our students. We are deeply honored by the presence of both the guests, Shri Bang Sir and Colonel Nath Sir. Your words have been enlightening, and your journey as an entrepreneur and business mentor is an inspiration for all of us. I would also like to thank Dr. R.M. Chitnis Sir and CAO Sir for your support and guidance in making this event a grand success. Without fail, I would like to acknowledge the help extended by our Honorable Registrar Sir, Ganesh Vandana Sir. I extend all my appreciation to second-year students for ensuring that they attend this program because it is a credited activity. Your presence is what makes this event meaningful. We hope that the discussions and the ideas exchanged today will resonate throughout the conclave and beyond and sow the seeds of research, innovation, and design and entrepreneurship in your heart. And I would remiss if I did not thank our organization team, the faculty, the staff members, and the backbone of all our events, the student volunteers who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the smooth running of this event. Your dedication is deeply appreciated. And let me continue to push the boundary of research, innovation, design, and entrepreneurship as we work together to create a better future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dinesh Sethji, for proposing vote of thanks. And with this, we have now reached the conclusion of inaugural session, and the next session would immediately continue. But before that, in order to conclude this session, I would like to request all of you to rise in your seats for national anthem. I request my technical team to relay.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Bharat Mata Ki! Thank you very much, dignitaries on the dais. Thank you very much, student friends. I request all of you to remain seated. I request all the teachers to kindly instruct their students to remain seated. And I now hand over the charge to the next anchors for the next session. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a moment of great honor and pride as we prepare to welcome the esteemed dignitaries to Swami Vivekanand Sabha Mandap. Each step they take towards the dais marks the beginning of something truly special.
Let's all raise the spirit by putting our hands together to the occasion and greet them with the warmth and enthusiasm that defines this gathering. As they make their way in, let's fill this hall with applause that echoes our respect, our admiration, and our excitement for the incredible day ahead. I, Nitish,
and I, R.I.D.E,
are thrilled to be your host today. And if you look this excited, it's because R.I.D.E is back. Bigger.
Hello.
R.I.D.E is back. Bigger, better, bolder, and more remarkable than ever before. I mean, who wouldn't be excited? We're talking about an event so energizing that even it might outshine your morning coffee.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Why should I be here instead of trying out new cafes or playing online games with my friends? A valid question. But let me tell you, this is R.I.D.E 2024, where the only thing predictable is that nothing is predictable.
In this R.I.D.E, we are offering something way beyond entertainment. We got insights into research, blueprints to innovation, essence of design, the roadmap to entrepreneurship, and skills to unlock your success. Delivered by some of the sharpest minds in the arena. We're talking about speakers who can turn your delusional moment into an eureka moment.
So, in a nutshell, R.I.D.E is where dreams don't just take flight, they soar. It's where ideas transform from sparks into blazing realities and where our journey to success truly begins. And let me tell you, we've got lined up some remarkable people here who are here to ignite your imagination, challenge your thinking, and inspire you to push beyond your limits.
So get ready to dive headfirst into a whirlwind of creativity, grab hold of every opportunity, and make R.I.D.E 2024 not just the chapter of your student life, but the experience that defines it. Let's make these 5 days unforgettable together.
So today is not just the beginning of something extraordinary. It's just not another event. It's a gathering of visionaries, a space where ideas come to life and where possible meets the impossible. We are setting the stage for something that is innovation. Every conversation has the potential to spark something groundbreaking.
This isn't just about part of being change. It's about leading it. Together, we will explore new ideas, push boundaries, and pave the way for what's next. Let's make the most out of this journey. And trust us, if you thought your last Netflix was very interesting, just wait till you see what we have got in store today.
So, whether you're a biology enthusiast, a coding expert, or an aspiring entrepreneur, or still exploring your way, get ready to embark on an exhilarating journey that will push the limits of your imagination, challenge your deepest assumptions, and perhaps even reshape your future.
This event sets a stage where brightest minds converge, where every session fuels innovation, and where boundaries of possibilities are expanded with each passing limits. We are not just witnessing change, we are diving into it. We are not just participating, we are leading the way.
Learning here is more than just fun, it's transformative. R.I.D.E 2024 isn't just an event, it's a mindset, it's a culture and a movement. It is where dreams take flight and shape the future.
Welcome to an event where ordinary becomes extraordinary, where innovation knows no bounds, and where dreams take flight.
Welcome to R.I.D.E 2024. Now that we're so familiar with the concept of R.I.D.E, let's get started with the moment for which we've all gathered here today. But before that, I want you to imagine a world without the curiosity that pushes us to explore the unknown. Imagine if no one ever dared to ask why or how. Without those questions, we wouldn't have the breakthroughs that have changed our lives today. Whether this is the technology we use every single day or the medical advances used to save lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, think about every innovation where, think about it. Just every solution to a problem, every piece of technology that makes our lives better, from your morning tea to devices, you can't live without it. It all started when someone wasn't satisfied with just good enough. And exactly that's why we are here to celebrate R.I.D.E 2024. It's where dreams take flight. It's a movement. It's a spark that lights the fire of discovery. It is the catalyst that accelerates the progress. Today, we honor the researchers, the thinkers, and the innovators who refuse to accept the normal things and just go way beyond it.
And that's why today is so powerful, because today we celebrate the heart of these advancements, the pulse that beats within every great discovery. Today we shine a spotlight on research, not just as a word, but as a force that transforms ideas into realities, dreams into innovations, and questions into answers.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the brightest minds of MITWPU, today we gather for an event which symbolizes the power of innovation, entrepreneurship, and unyielding spirit of university community. It's my distinct pleasure to welcome you to R.I.D.E 2024, an extraordinary intra-university event presented by Innovation Hub. R.I.D.E, this stands for Research, Innovation, Design, and Entrepreneurship. Isn't just an event. It's a platform that transcends the boundary of conventional opportunity. It's a summit that beacons the dreamers, the thinkers, and the doers who believe the pushing limits of what's possible.
The world of technology, too, owes its rapid advancement to research. Think of the smartphones we carry in our pockets, the internet that connects us globally, and the electric cars that are reshaping the transformation. These all are innovations that are the fruits of tireless research efforts that have pushed the boundaries of what we thought was possible. Research is not just about monumental discoveries or moon landings. It's about those incredible processes that accumulate over time. It's about the scientists in the lab, the archaeologists on a dug site, or the teachers in the classroom, all driven by a common purpose, to seek knowledge and understanding.
In a world without research, we would still be believing in the shadows of our own potential. Our lives would be devoid of wonders and convinces we often take for granted. Research is guiding the star that has illuminated our path forward, allowing us to conquer diseases, explore the cosmos, and unlock the secrets of our world.
As we reflect on the importance of research, let us remember that it is not a solitary endeavor, but a collective journey of all of humanity. It is a story of relentless pursuit, boundless curiosity, and the spirit of exploration that has shaped our world today and continues to shape the world of tomorrow.
In a world often tarnished by conflict and discord, as we come together to offer our collective interest to this R.I.D.E 2024. So fasten your seatbelts because you're about to embark on a journey that will challenge your limits, broaden your horizons, and inspire you like never before.
As we gather here today to celebrate and seek blessings, it is only fitting that we begin with a tribute to the remover of obstacles, the embodiment of wisdom, and the bringer of new beginnings, Lord Ganesha. Ganesh Vandana is not just a prayer, it is an invocation of positive energy, a call for guidance, and a request for success for all our endeavors. So let us open our hearts and minds and join together in the reverence of Lord Ganesha through the sacred performance of Ganesh Vandana. May his blessings be with us today and always. And gentlemen, today marks the beginning of something truly extraordinary. It's not just another event, it's a gathering of visionaries, a space where ideas come to life and where possible meets the impossible. We are now setting the stage for innovation, where every conversation has the potential to spark something groundbreaking.
This isn't just about part of being a change, it's about leading it. Together, we'll explore new ideas, push boundaries, and pave the way for what's next. Let's make the most out of this journey. And trust us, if you thought your last Netflix binge was interesting, just wait till what we have got in the store. So whether you're a biology enthusiast, a coding expert, an aspiring entrepreneur, or you're still figuring out your way, get ready to embark on an exhilarating journey that will push the limits of your imagination, challenge your deepest assumptions, and perhaps even reshape your future.
The world of technology today owes its rapid advancement to research. From the smartphones that we carry in our pockets, to the internet that connects us globally, to the electric cars that are reshaping transportation today, all of these innovations are the fruits of tireless research that have been pushed by the scientists. Research is not just about monumental discoveries or moon landings, it's about the incremental process that accumulates over time. It's about the scientists in a lab, the archaeologists in a dig site, or the teachers in a classroom, all driven by a common purpose to seek knowledge and understanding.
This event sets a stage where brightest minds converge, where every session fuels innovation, and where boundaries of possibilities are expanded with each passing minutes. We are not just witnessing change, we are diving into it. Not just participating, we are leading the way. As we gather here today to celebrate this auspicious event, we seek the blessing. It's not only fitting that we begin with a tribute to the remover of obstacles, the embodiment of wisdom, and the harbinger of new beginnings, Lord Ganesha.
Ganesh Vandana is not just a prayer, it's an invocation of positive energy, a call for guidance, and a request for success in all our endeavors. So let us now open our hearts and minds and join together in the reverence of Lord Ganesha through the sacred performance of Ganesh Vandana.
So let's put your hands together and welcome them for Ganesh Vandana.
गणनायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुकाय गानमत्ताय गानोत्सुकमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्थायिने गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रवराय गुरवे गुणगुरवे गुरुदैत्यकलक्षेत्रे गुरुधर्मसदाराध्याय गुरुपुत्रपरित्रात्रे गुरुपाखण्डखण्डकाय गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि गूढगुल्फाय गन्धमत्ताय गोजयप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
What an amazing and energizing performance it was. So as we gather here today with the theme of research, that is day one for R.I.D.E 2024, I want to just embark you on an example of what exactly and why is research needed. I want you to imagine a world without research, a place where curiosity was stifled, questions left unanswered. It's a world where we would just be grouping in dark, unaware of immense possibilities that surrounds us. Research is beacon that guided us out of ignorance and into the light of understanding. One of the most compelling examples of research's impact on our world is the story of penicillin. In 1928, Alexander Fleming, a Scottish bacteriologist, was researching ways to combat bacterial infections. On one fateful day, he returned to his laboratory after a vacation to find that his petri dish contaminated with mold. Instead of discarding it, he observed that the bacteria surrounding the mold has died. This stupendous discovery gave birth to world's first antibiotic, penicillin, which revolutionized the medicine and saved countless lives.
Without Fleming's curiosity and dedication to research, our world would be plagued by infections and diseases that were once considered deadly. The mere absence of penicillin would have altered the course of history, leaving us more vulnerable to microbial threats and limiting our progress to medicine. But research extends far beyond the realm of medicine. It touches every facet of existence. Consider the moon landing of 1969, a monumental achievement in human history. It was the accumulation of multiple years of research and development, fueled by collective curiosity of scientists, engineers, and astronomers. Without their dedication to exploring the cosmos, we would still be earthbound dreamers gazing at the moon with longing, but never daring to reach for it.
The world of technology owes its rapid advancements to research. Think of smartphones we carry in our pockets, the internet that connects us globally, and the electric cars that are reshaping transportation in today's world. All these innovations are fruit for tireless research and efforts behind which scientists have put. Research is not just about monumental discoveries or moon landings. It's about archaeologists in dig site, teachers in classroom, all driven by a common purpose to seek knowledge and understanding.
Research plays a critical role in advancing of knowledge, solving complex problems, and driving innovation across all the fields. It serves as the foundation for evidence-based decision-making, enabling individuals, organizations, and even governments to make informed choices that shape the future. Through research, we can uncover new heights, challenge existing assumptions, and develop novel solutions to existing problems. In the academic world, research fosters critical thinking and cultivates a deeper understanding of subject matter, empowering students and scholars to contribute meaningfully to their disciplines. In the corporate sector, research drives innovation by identifying market trends, consumer needs, and technological advancements, giving companies a competitive edge.
Moreover, research is essential for societal progress. It often is regarded as the most important aspect for driving today's society. It informs policy making, improves public health, enhances education, and promotes sustainable development. By investing in research, we can not only expand the boundaries of what is known, but also create the future for all.
Research is the engine that powers progress, transforming ideas into tangible outcomes that benefit society. It is an increasingly complex and interconnected world, and the importance of research cannot be overstated. It enables us to systematically empower and explore new territories, whether in science, technology, medicine, social science, humanities, and it helps us address the challenges that are both local and global in scale. At its core, research is about asking why. It's about inquiry, asking questions and seeking the answers. It challenges the status quo by questioning existing knowledge, sparking innovation, and driving empowerments. In scientific community, it leads to groundbreaking discoveries that can revolutionize industries, improve quality of life, and even save lives. For example, medical research has led to the life-saving treatments such as penicillin, vaccines, which have had a profound impact on public health.
In business, research helps a company understand their markets, refine the strategies, and innovate their products or services. Market research, for example, allows businesses to identify the customer needs, preferences, and behavior, leading to more effective marketing strategy and more enhanced business development. This is not only drives economic growth, but also it is enhancing consumer satisfaction and loyalty. Furthermore, a research is critical for policymaking and governance. Policymakers rely on research to design, implement, and evaluate policies that addresses societal issues such as power, education, and environment sustainability. Evidence-based policies informed by rigorous research are more likely to be effective and have lasting impact on the society.
Today, as we gather here for R.I.D.E 2024, I am filled with a profound sense of responsibility and excitement to discuss a topic of importance, sustainability and climate. This event, which revolves around the theme of innovation and progress, recognizes that this is not just an option, but a necessity in shaping our future.
Sustainability at its core is about preserving the world we inhabit for future generations. It's about striking a harmonious balance between our present needs and needs for planet. It is the recognition that our actions today have consequences that ripple are far beyond immediate horizon. At R.I.D.E 2024, we are not just focusing on innovation for the sake of progress. We are focusing on innovation that is rooted in sustainability. We understand that every stride we take forward must be step a greener, cleaner, and more sustainable future. On that note, I would like the dignitaries to kindly join us on the dais. I would like the dignitaries to kindly join us on the dais.
Where is the intro of them coming to the dais? Where is that? Did we leave it inside? Both of us left that inside, which is पे लिखा था. जिसमें लिखा था of them.
As our guests arrive on the dais, it's our immense pleasure that we have them all and felicitate.
We have Ms. Meera Tenguria, the founder and managing director of the Academy of Sustainability, and Mr. Krunal Jagtap, the founder and CEO of Biomass Private Limited.
It's our immense pleasure to have you all here. We have with us Ms. Meera Tenguria. With over 20 years of experience, Ms. Meera Tenguria has significantly influenced public relations and stakeholder management. I would like our dignitaries to kindly felicitate her. As the founder and CEO of Aarohan Communications, she has excelled the corporate responsibility guiding organizations. Her notable achievement is founding the Academy for Sustainability, where she leads initiatives in environmental, social, and governance practices and executing coaching. Of her roles includes mentorship role at Claire Blair Foundation for Women that showcases her commitment to empowering others. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Meera Tenguria.
Welcome Mr. Krunal Jagtap, the CEO and founder of Biomass Private Limited, With a strong background in mechanical engineering and an MBA, he leads the charge in sustainable solutions, specializing in waste management, carbon reduction, and eco-friendly technologies. His dedication to empowerment and environmental stewardship and ongoing PhD studies underscore his commitment to innovative and carbon negative practices. Please join us in giving us a warm welcome to the both of them. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride we welcome a distinguished leader in sustainability and strategic communication, Ms. Meera Tenguria. Her career spans over 2 decades, during which she became a prominent figure in public relations, stakeholder engagement, and corporate responsibility. Her deep commitment to creating an impactful change through strategic communication is truly inspiring. As the founder and CEO of Aarohan Communications, she has been a driving force in sustainability and corporate responsibility. So now, kindly put your hands together to call her for her address.
You have a hand mic? Don't? You don't have a hand mic?
We have hand.
Can I disturb you all from your mobile phones for a moment, please? How many students have heard the word sustainability? Raise of hands. How many students, your professors are watching you all. How many students have heard the word sustainability? How many know the meaning of the anthem of India? How many know the national anthem meaning? No? What do we talk about in the national anthem? This is one of the few countries where the national anthem focuses on the mountains and the rivers, on the nature. You followed this with a Ganesh Vandana. How many of you know the story of Ganesh? Come on, up, move your hands up. This, in India, and especially in our culture, one of the rare cultures where gods are always worshipped with something from nature. Right? Agree, disagree? Is it too hot? Why do you think it is too hot? Because of climate? Climate what? What is happening to the climate? Can I have a mic? Hello? Okay. So what we are talking today is about, I just wanted to get to see if you all are listening, okay? So I will now start my official session. It's truly an honor to be here, standing before such a vibrant group of young minds and future leaders, which is both inspiring and it is humbling. Because when we were your age, I don't think we were so aware of the concept of sustainability. So it's very humbling that you all are starting this process now. And to be honest, our generation owes your generation an apology because we did mess up the earth, right? We are at a pivotal moment in time when your actions, your ideas and innovations will shape the world in profound ways. Today I want to talk to you about 3 interconnected themes: climate change, sustainability, and the crucial role of research. These are not just abstract concepts. They are the challenges and opportunities that define our area. Let's start with climate change. You've probably heard the statistics. Have you all heard the statistics of climate change? Have you all heard the statistics of climate change? Yes, no? Raise your hands. Your professors are watching you. Raise it. Let's start with climate change. You've probably heard the statistics. Global temperatures are rising, ice caps are melting, and extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and severe. And we can see this now in the monsoon season. We are all facing extreme heat and humidity. But beyond the numbers, climate change represents a profound shift in the delicate balance of our planet's systems. Climate change is not a distant threat. It is present reality. The evidence is everywhere. Rising temperatures, extreme weather events, melting of glaciers, shifting ecosystems. These changes impact not only the environment, but also communities, economies, and the quality of life. It's not about weather, summer, or heavier rain. It's about the displacement of communities. The challenges of climate resilience is not just about, oh, we are feeling hot over here. We are feeling it's not raining enough. How many people have seen the Wayanad issue this year? The Pune floods, the Maharashtra and Bombay floods. So it's not just about that. It is about the impact of these things on life. It's about the loss of biodiversity and the strain on resources that countless people rely on for their daily use. The effects of climate change are here and we are feeling it. Climate change is one of the most complex issues facing us today. It involves many dimensions: science, economics, society, politics, and moral and ethical questions, and is a global problem felt on a local scale. So what we are looking at is the sustainable future as the only goal that is possible for the future. Okay. So what can we do? That's where sustainability comes in. Sustainability isn't just about reducing waste or conserving energy, though these are important. It's about rethinking how we live, how we produce, and how we consume. It's about creating an ecosystem that supports long-term ecological balance, social equity, and economic viability. Climate change adaptation and mitigation are two strategies that addresses the cause and effects of climate change. Whereas mitigation works to reduce the climate change and the scale of climate change, adaptation and resilience is about managing the current and future impacts of climate change. Adaptation actions include many things, from relooking at farming, relooking at production in factories, relooking how mobiles are produced, relooking at how we manufacture different items and use different items. The role of research, innovation, and solution, which brings me to the heart of solving the climate crisis. Research provides us with the tools to understand complex environmental processes, to develop new technologies, and to design policies that drive meaningful change. We live in a world where creativity and critical thinking are essential to addressing global challenges. Given the scale of climate change and the fact that it will affect many areas of life, adaptation and resilience also needs to take place on a greater scale. Our economies and societies as a whole need to become more resilient to climate impacts. No single discipline or individual can solve these problems alone. Collaboration between scientists, engineers, policymakers, and communities is essential. By working together, we can leverage diverse perspectives and expertise. As students, you are in a unique position to contribute to this field. Whether you're studying engineering, environmental science, or social policy, your work has a potential to drive innovation. Engaging in research can lead to breakthrough that reduce carbon emissions, enhance energy efficiency, or develop new materials that are both functional and sustainable. Can I, how do I go there? No mic? So if we can look at this slide over here, these are the different drivers of climate change. And one of the most important aspect of sustainability, which I'm very convinced about, is sustainable development goals. How many of you all have heard of sustainable development goals? Sustainable development goals. How many of you all know about sustainable development goals? It's just going by itself. It's moving by itself. It's okay. Yeah. Sustainable development goals gives you a roadmap of how different aspects and different stakeholders are involved in ensuring that a sustainable solution is developed. How many of you all think plastic should be banned? How many of you all think plastic should be banned in all areas of life? What will happen to sterile packaging if plastic is banned? How will you make gloves? How will the medical community make vials if plastic is banned? So should plastic be banned? Yes or no? Should plastic be banned? Yes? Put your hands up. Plastic should be banned? No? There is no real answer. There is no one answer. And that is the reason you have to look at sustainability from different stakeholders' perspective and find solutions. And that is where your research is going to come into place. I think that's where we should end now. And any questions on importance of research in sustainability? Any questions? Okay. Thank you for your kind attention, and be free to catch me anytime.
Thank you, ma'am, for so much inspiring word and sharing in insights on recyclability and sustainability. Now, I would like to call upon Bharat Kale, sir, to address us all. Bharat Kale, sir. I would like to call Dr. Bharat Kale, sir, to address us all.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to introduce Mr. Krunal Jagtap, a trailblazer in sustainable solutions and waste management. As the CEO and founder of Biomass Private Limited, he is the forefront of innovative approaches to carbon reduction and eco-friendly technologies. Currently pursuing his PhD, his dedication, continuous learning, and professional growth drives his passion for advancing carbon-negative technologies and addressing climate change. His entrepreneurial spirit and profound respect for nature fuel his mission to create a positive impact on our planet. Please join us before that. We would like to request our technical team to relay a video introducing him.
Envision a world where waste is transformed into valuable resources and innovation drives sustainability. A future that is green, clean, and thriving. At the forefront of this transformation is Shri Krunal Jagtap, a visionary entrepreneur committed to reshaping our environmental landscape. As the founder and CEO of Biomass Private Limited, Krunal's expertise spans sustainable waste management, alternative fuels, and carbon reduction. With a strong foundation in mechanical engineering and an MBA in operations management, Krunal's journey has been fueled by passion and purpose. His company is nationally recognized for developing cutting-edge technologies in biochar, plastic recycling, and activated carbon. Krunal's dedication to excellence is reflected in his numerous accolades, including being the recipient of the Big 21 Award by BIRAC, securing a grant of 50 lakh rupees as a Pan-India topper in IBT, and winning the National Startup Mantra 2022 led by Startup India. Appointed as the youngest member of the Ministry of Steel's task force, Krunal is at the helm of driving India's sustainable future. His commitment to eco-friendly practices and carbon-negative technologies is setting new benchmarks in this industry. Join us as we welcome Shri Krunal Jagtap, a relentless advocate for sustainable world, bringing ideas to life for a better tomorrow.
Can we have a huge round of applause and welcome Dr. Krunal Jagtap.
Hello and a warm welcome to everyone. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, MIT. So, once upon a time, a young dreamer was sitting right there on your chair. I know it is how difficult it is to sit there for such a long time in this weather. But trust me, these all efforts will pay off. Even I was sitting here. I'm like alumni from the same college just around a few years ago. Sitting here with dreams, passion, and a lot of energy on what to do and what not to do. But I would like to bring you to your notice that just a few years ago, I guess it was Bharatiya Chhatra Sansad first. It was when I met Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam in the same college, in the same university. And it was a very remarkable word which somehow rooted my mind. He told us how great our nation is, how good everyone is doing around. But the real question lies is, what is your contribution to this great nation? Since that day, every action, every decision, every project I am doing is aligned with that thought process. Let me tell you the story of Biomass Private Limited. The story of Biomass Private Limited started with a small child in outskirts of a small village in Pune, with flames of fire in his hand, just to burn the agricultural waste in and around him. Very much confused. Is it right? Is it wrong? Should I do this? Should I not? When asked elders what is right and what is wrong, the only answer we got was, this is what we are supposed to do. Ladies and gentlemen, that question by the small child was, can we do something better out of this agricultural waste, has the foundation stone of our company Biomass Private Limited. The journey of the child from that small village to the National Task Force of Ministry of Steel is the story of Biomass Private Limited. I would like to tell you about what happened. Just like most of you guys, I also hopped up in engineering stream. Mechanical engineering was something which I opted for. Later I came to know that these streams which divided us into mechanical, chemical, biotech is somewhat interrelated. After pursuing my engineering, the most important thing I done was opted for entrepreneurship. Business was something, entrepreneurs was something which was not very much glamorized in those days. But with due mentors With due guidance to the professors, I opted for this vision. Have Biomass Private Limited started its journey through a very small problem statement. The problem statement which the child had, burning of agricultural waste. Do you all know that around 10.3 billion tons of agricultural waste is burned around the world? Yes, it is huge. A lot of pollution, a lot of smog, a lot of accidents happen due to this. For most of the people, it was just a normal day. But for Have Biomass Private Limited, it was not normal. There was the first pillar of our business, research. As very well guided by our professors, first we conducted a secondary research. It was then we came to know that this is not a small problem. The entire belt of Punjab, Haryana has been suffering these problems since ages. Not only in India, but also in Europe. While doing this research, we concluded that this is a problem worth solving. Our primary research was something came later to it. We discussed this problem with many farmers on what is wrong, why are you doing this? We came across certain problem statements and we identified that this problem of agricultural waste is due to 5 major reasons. The problem to the farmers was the expense to clear this farm was not affordable. Second, they had a very short time window period where they can do all these activities. Third, labor shortage. Fourth, it was lack of alternative, what to do out of it. And the most important thing was, the logistics of this agricultural waste was a major problem. The volume of this agricultural waste is quite bigger than what the weight is. So even a 10-ton truck of agricultural waste used to carry only 4 tons of it. Our engineering played a vital role in this. We thought of this as an opportunity and came across with a mobile unit. A machine which converts agricultural waste into briquettes, pellets and biochar at its source. We used to shred it, tunnel react it and then compact it. I would like to bring your small attention towards what this biochar is. Biochar is basically a sponge. What happens here is every biomass or every plant, every tree in this ecosystem inhales carbon dioxide and exhales oxygen. Most of it. This is a common science. But what happens after these plants and trees are dead? What we do is, we shred it, we remove all the volatile matters into it, and we try to capture the carbon and act it. This was a big leap. This not only helped us to give a carbon-rich source to agricultural processes, but this also helped us to give alternative to metallurgical industries' use of coke. This was when we started our usage in metallurgical industry. I would also like to tell you that Have Biomass Private Limited is amongst the very few companies who is a part of National Task Force for greening of the steel. Why I want to tell you all this is because of a small reason. The initial phrase of the initial part of my talk was, what is your contribution towards this great nature? And what we believe is, yes, by doing all these activities, we showed our contribution as well. And we are in the process to do that. As a young entrepreneur and just a few years seniors to you, what I want to tell you is, today we have all the information access at the tip of our fingers. You can access to the best of the researchers around. You can access to the best technology. But the problem, the feather itself is a bug. The problem is not with the availability of this information. The problem is, how are you going to reduce the noise of this information? How are you going to filter what is necessary to you, what is not necessary to you? And there, my dear friends, comes the real challenge. I would like to tell you that right usage of this AI platform, the sir which told you, right usage of the excellent infrastructure this university is giving you, right usage of the internet, right usage of this advanced AI tools like ChatGPT are really going to help you out, but only when you have desire. Today, getting information, getting knowledge is not really a big challenge, but how you are going to make the use of this is indeed. I would also like to tell you about the collaborative approach which we need to have. Biomass Private Limited, even if started with only the development of machine, we came to know that it is never a single domain. We always had the involvement of our chemical department, computer department, biotechnology department together. You know what happens is, most of the time while doing our engineering, we are very much focused on, this is our core, this is our subject. But life has a different plan. No one is really interested in what you have learned. Everyone is interested in what is the solution that you are going to give. And the solution always comes out of this collaborative approach. The second most important message I want you to give is this collaboration attitude. I'm really very much blessed to see that departments are no more a barrier, at least in this university. People are coming here, students across all the departments come together and make an impact. There are a lot of resources, but how to make a better use of it is going to be a challenge. While doing this, I came to know that biomass briquettes, biomass pellets, or biomass biochar was not a single product, but it was a dream. It was a dream where what we believe is the impact which we are going to create. We still remember the first time we paid our farmers out of the waste. As per the ideology of our company, we believe that waste is never a waste until it is completely wasted. And that came to be true when we started making better use of it. Today, as Madam very broadly told you, sustainability, circular economy, climate change, these words are trending. And thus are trending the opportunities. Maybe this is a small event for you, but if you take this in a very positive way, if you try to understand the real trends of this industry, this can be a very big opportunity. Sustainability and climate change is no more a thing for future. Ma'am very rightly told, there were certain things which were done or not very much given importance in the previous generation. But we as a youth have this huge responsibility. Responsibility towards our nation, responsibility towards our ecology and ecosystem. I believe that just like what Biomass Private Limited doing in terms of research, in terms of innovation, every individual from this crowd can do. Bringing you to what our company did was a market size analysis. While doing your innovations, it is very important to have a blend of research with it. There are n number of tools which are readily available to you, just like we use the tools in our business also. There are Google Trends available free of cost. You can know what is going on, what things are trending, what things are not, just at a click. But what really matters is, are you going to do it? What is the impact you're going to create out of it? Just to tell you, the value we created was not only for rural, but to the industry as well. And the most important thing was the value we created towards the government, towards the nation. My dear friends, I wish to tell you that you do not need to make a big innovation for a big change. What really matters is what is your impact and how are you going to execute that. Even a small idea, even a small change can have a great impact. But it is based on how are you going to propagate it. While being a student, I always had a very good habit, which also been the foundation pillars of our company. whenever we came across certain challenges, whenever we knew that things are not going good, the only thing we used to do is to identify the top player in that industry and get guidance from it. The power of ask played a major role. I still believe that you all have that power, the power of ask. And if you ask your faculties, just now the faculties and the organizers were also telling me the efforts, enormous efforts this university is taking for everyone. They are making interdisciplinary clusters, a lot of funding is available. But what is the use of it when you do not redeem it? My dear friends, I want to tell you that the ease of business, the ease of innovation was not the same for the previous generations. We are indeed blessed. We don't even know what the future would be. Maybe it would be more difficult or a simpler one. But our generation is the one who is getting all the resources on the tip of the finger. We believe that every generation is smarter than the previous one. And the same shall happen with your generation also. And during that era, when your generation, the next generation, is going to ask you that during the era of the trend of sustainability, of the trend of the startups, when you had so much of fundings available, so much of IP strategies available, so much of mentorship available, when people made companies worth billions, they made unicorns, what were you doing? You will have to answer it. It is not the time when you need to relax. It is the time when you need to innovate. It is the time you need to be prepared for the answers for the future generation. This is the time when you need to build your empire. You need to build your innovation. No matter if you are a student, you are an entrepreneur, or if you want to opt for a job. As very rightly told by the theme of your program, R.I.D.E, the research, innovation, design, and entrepreneurship comes in across every turn of your life. Dear friends, I would also like to tell you one more important thing of this life. Being this entrepreneur journey, it is not always the right side or always the sunny side up. You have to go through n number of hustle. You have to go through a roller coaster ride. But this strength, this knowledge is something which you need to have at your core. I'm sure that most of you guys are going to go for entrepreneurship, jobs, public services. But while doing this, all you need to have in your mind is what is your contribution towards this great, great nation. Let your all the actions, your all the decisions have impact. Let your footprints be there in this university as well. And by saying these words, I would like to conclude my talk, and I would like to congratulate you all for listening to me with such a patientful mind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those inspiring and insightful remarks.
In an era where the impacts of climate change are increasingly evident, the urgency for innovative and transformative solutions have never been greater. As the world faces the escalating environmental challenges from rising global temperatures to extreme weather events and biodiversity losses, the need for a unified response has reached a critical point. The theme for the panel discussion, Trailblazing Research, Uniting Industries for Climate and Sustainability's Breakthrough, encapsulates the essence for a collective endeavor to tackle one of the most pressing issues of our time. It is a call to action, emphasizing the vital role that collaboration across industries must play in driving research and innovation to forge a sustainable future.
At the heart of this theme lies the belief that no single sector can address the complex and multifaceted challenges posed by climate change alone. The path to sustainability requires a concentrated effort where convergence of ideas, expertise, resource from diverse industry creates fertile ground for innovation. By fostering partnership between sectors that may not traditionally interact, we can unlock new perspectives and approaches that have potential to transform our environmental impact. The interdisciplinary collaboration is not just a strategic choice, it's necessity. Only by harnessing the strength and knowledge from fields as varied as technology, agriculture, energy, finance, and beyond, we can hope to develop solutions that are comprehensive as the problem we face.
The theme also underscores the importance of pushing boundaries of current knowledge and technology. It's more than just mitigating environmental impacts, it's about setting new standards for sustainability. The breakthroughs we seek are those that challenge the status quo and redefine what is possible in our efforts to protect the planet. Whether it's going through pioneering renewable energy technologies or developing sustainable supply chains, or creating new financial models that support green initiatives, the goal is to drive forward-thinking research that not only addresses the symptoms of climate change, but also tackles its root causes. The panel discussion to remain on the dais. In embracing the theme for the panel discussion, we acknowledge the power of collective action and the shared responsibility that we have in shaping the future of our planet. It is an invitation to leaders, researchers, entrepreneurs, and policymakers to come together and contribute to a global movement that prioritizes sustainability at its core. As we embark on this journey, let us be guided by the conviction through collaboration that we can create breakthroughs that are needed to ensure a resilient and thriving world for generations to come. Kindly join us as we embark on this transformative path where industry partnership and innovative research pave the way for a sustainable future.
In the era that impacts the climate change are increasingly evident, the urgency of innovation solutions that has never been greater. This theme, trailblazing research uniting industries for climate change and sustainability breakthroughs, captures the essence of collective endeavor to address one of the most pressing challenges by our time. By fostering collaboration across industries, we aim to drive cutting-edge research that not only mitigates the environmental impact, but also sets new standards for sustainability.
The theme underscores the importance of interdisciplinary approaches where the convergence of ideas, expertise, and resources from diverse sectors can lead to groundbreaking advancements in climate action and sustainable empowerment. Join us right now as we explore the frontier of sustainability research where industry collaboration is the key to unlocking the solutions of tomorrow. In an era where the consequences of climate change are becoming increasingly apparent, the urgency for innovation and transformative solution has reached an unprecedented level. As the world faces a growing array of environmental challenges, from relentless rise in global temperatures to intensification of extreme weather events and alarming degradation of ecosystems, the need for a unified global response has never been critical. This highlights the importance of pushing boundaries and current knowledge of technology. In our quest for sustainability and climate, it is not enough to merge and reduce our environmental footprint, but also strive to new benchmarks for what is possible. The breakthroughs we seek are those of challenging and existing paradigms and opening up for new avenues of innovation. This could involve developing cutting-edge renewable energy and technologies that revolutionize how we view our world.
As the climate change continues to impact the ecosystems, economies, communities, globally, the need for innovative, scalable solution is more urgent than ever before. This theme invites industries, academia, policymakers to break down and work together to create transformative solutions that address both the causes and effects of climate change. On that note, I will
Moreover, this theme is an invitation to explore the frontiers of sustainability research, where the collaboration between industries serves as a catalyst for groundbreaking discoveries. It is a call for action for continuous learning, experimentation, and adaptation in response to the dynamic and ever-evolving challenges posed by climate change. The future we envision is one where industries, whether they are traditionally associated with environmental or work in illusion, to pooling their insights and resources to achieve a common goal, a world where economic growth is harmonized with environmental stewardship. This vision requires a deep commitment to innovation and a willingness to challenge the status quo.
By fostering an environment where diverse disciplines intersect, ranging from engineering and technology to social sciences and policy, this theme highlights the power of interdisciplinary research. It encourages pooling of knowledge and resources, recognizing that no single sector can tackle the complexities of climate change alone. Instead, it is through synergy of ideas and expertise across the industry that we can develop strategies that are not only effective, but also sustainable in long term.
In embracing this theme, we acknowledge the transformative powers and the collection action and the shared responsibility we all have in shaping the future of our planet.
This collaborative approach aims to drive innovation in areas as renewable energy, carbon capture, sustainable agriculture, and circular economy models. It calls for partnerships that leverage cutting-edge technologies from AI, machine learning, to advanced material sciences to create solutions that are both practical and scalable. Moreover, it underscores the importance of aligning economic with environmental stewardship, ensuring that advancements we make today do not come at the cost of future generations.
And on that note, we would like to request our panelists to kindly join us on the stage.
We have with us Professor Raghu Murthukude, the professor at IIT Bombay, Subodh More, the head of Industrial Design Group of Boston Scientific India R&D, Mr. Salir Rana, manages growth and investment at Tri Nanotechnology. Can we have a huge round of applause from the audience as we welcome them on the dais?
We would now like to begin with the felicitation ceremony. Starting with Mr. Subodh More, the distinguished head of Industrial Design and Group at Boston Scientific in India R&D to R.I.D.E 2024 MIT World Peace University. With a wealth of experience in designing innovative medical devices, he has been instrumental in advancing healthcare technologies through human-centered design and engineering excellence. His leadership in developing saving solutions and enhancing patient outcomes has garnered him with the widespread recognition. We are eager to gain insights from him for his profound expertise and visionary approach in the field of industrial design and medical technology.
We are honored to welcome Dr. Raghu Murthukude, a leading expert in climate science and environmental research, with distinguished background that includes work at NASA and a faculty position at IIT Bombay. Dr. Murthukude's contribution to economic atmospheric and oceanic sciences are remarkable.
We also have with us Mr. Salil Rana. It is a pleasure to introduce him. He is a visionary committed to using this technology for social good. As the co-founder of Living Things, he developed an energy-saving IoT product for major banks and led the company through significant funding rounds. Currently, he is advancing climate tech funding at Tree Nano Technologies. His expertise also includes founding our first million and leading public relations at the Entrepreneurship Cell of VNIT Nagpur. Kindly give a round of applause for all of them.
We also have with us Dr. Neeraj Mahindru, the Dean School of Pharmacy, who would be here with us as a moderator. Our esteemed panelists bring a wealth of knowledge and experience that will provide valuable insights and ignite the engaging conversation. I would like, sir, to kindly proceed with the session.
A very good afternoon. First of all, I'll welcome the panelists for this session. We can have one or two more, one mic. Okay. So thank you for taking time from your busy schedules to be with us today. I'll brief you about the concept before we go to the topic. So when our students join us in first year, we try to expose them to the social problems and the environment through a program called Social Leadership Development Program. That is almost immediately after they join. And then in their second semester, we create opportunity for them to work on the problems they had identified in, say, their first semester through a program called Co-Creation, where a team of 5 to 7 students from different disciplines come together, identify a problem, and then try to give a solution for that. Going further, in third semester, that is the students we have today with us, we expose to the idea of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial mindset through a program called R.I.D.E, that is Research, Innovation, Design, and Entrepreneurship. How does that journey begin? What are the different steps? And how they can aspire to be entrepreneurs and job givers. And if they choose to be serving a company, how their entrepreneurial mindset would help them. And after this, there is a rural immersion in this semester itself for them. They go for national immersion where they visit different universities and see how they are working. We have global immersions also. And then we have startup opportunities for them through a TBI center and many such hackathons and other activities. So this is an opportunity to expose them to this. So in this context, this year we have kept our theme as sustainability and climate. But what we would like to discuss in this is how important is research for being an entrepreneur or having entrepreneurial mindset. And then we'll take case studies from your experience in sustainability or climate. And sustainability, I think, covers everything under the sky with all 17 SDG goals. So maybe I'll, before I ask a question to you, maybe I'll request students, I'll ask a question to them. If some of them come to the podium over there, and if they can tell us what comes to their mind when they hear the word research. Can anyone come to either right-hand side podium or left-hand side podium? What means research for them? Anyone? So no one is interested. Okay. So maybe we'll have to. So how important is research in an entrepreneurial venture? Maybe one of you can start with that.
Sure, I'd like to start. So I'll answer the first question that you asked the students. So when you say research, you probably see a person with white coat standing in a lab and doing some experiment, right? So yeah, that's exactly what we do. So I come from a medical device industry, so heart stands, pacemakers and such. And research, when it comes to medical devices, is absolutely important. So that's where you get into, clinical environment. I like the word that you used, immersions. And that's what we do. We go to different regions in the world. We go to different regions in India as well, rural regions. Understand what the physician over there is doing. What are the challenges that the patient is facing? And those are the needs that we identify. And when it comes to entrepreneurship, identifying the right need through these immersions is the most important part. And that would drive your solutions and, the further the business case. So through immersions, talking to various people, various stakeholders. In my case, it's the physicians, the patients. You talk to them, you observe them, and you make a huge list of needs and you prioritize them. And that's how you will run after the right need. And that will drive your entrepreneurship, effort going forward.
Thank you, sir. And I think the way we have seen the startups, when they start, a lot of them close down even before they start earning anything. And I think one of the reasons is sufficient research done before that startup comes in. So Professor, I would request you to come in, and since you are researching in the field of climate, and that is so important. We are sitting on this dais and the temperatures are soaring, the monsoons are so disturbed across the country. Somewhere there's very heavy rain, some areas nothing is coming up. So what is the entrepreneurship environment, or what are the opportunities in area of, say, climate, where our students can start thinking about how they can bring up the ideas which can lead to entrepreneurial ventures, and what kind of research they need to do in this area?
Yeah, before I say anything, I just want to remind the students that I have come from Mumbai for this, and I was told that the students are very eager to learn. But I hear a lot of noise. How many of you are listening at all? Okay, can you ask your neighbors to keep quiet? Because if we are hearing the noise all the way here, that means most of you are not at all listening, which is actually unfair to the others who want to listen. So maybe we'll quiet down first. So going back to the first question, they are not listening. Remember, what you do decides the reputation of MIT. So far, it's positive. If the noise continues, then I'll leave with a very poor impression. So research is about observing, identifying a need, and trying to fill the need or meet the need. So observations are very important, which means instrumentation to monitor things will be very important. So you mentioned that rainfall distribution is very uneven, and this is true every season. The most important thing you want to understand is it the same place that is getting less rain every year, and then it will become semi-arid or desert? And if there are other regions which are always getting more rain, and if so, how is the rain changing? Is it becoming more intense, less intense, distributed unevenly, and so on? So there are multiple processes involved. It's always about being prepared for the next few days and planning for the next few years to a next decade or two. So the entrepreneurship starts in every area, Can you do things to help improve the forecasts? Can you build things to observe things better? Can you do forecasts better, but also at the scale that the farmers need? So many of you may know that the IMD issues forecasts at order of 10 kilometers, but farmer needs it at his farm. So can you use AI and data and the combination to bring the observations to their level, whether it's rainfall, whether it's temperature, humidity, soil moisture, crop selections, and so on and so forth. So it's combining data, models, and information and people's needs at the decision scales, which could be few hours, few days, and a decade or so. So it's full of entrepreneurial opportunities at every step. We can get into more details, but that's kind of the overview.
Thank you. Salil, I think you are also into the investment and you are working on nanotechnology also. So what kind of market research, and see we have business students, we have students from engineering, sciences, law, very different fields sitting in front of us. So how important is it to understand the market and the competitors when you are going into an entrepreneurial venture?
Yeah, so I think I can answer this question in like 3 parts. So when we talk about climate tech and sustainability, we are basically dealing with a very big problem. So what ends up happening is that market as such, if you just want to think about the market, you are dealing with an imminent a crisis. It's imminent, it's unavoidable, it's going to be there. So just intuitively, like if you do like a very small exercise, what is going to happen in the future? You know fossil fuel is going to run out. You know that renewable is the future, right? So if you just intuitively create an idea in your mind, which sort of takes you to an apocalypse scenario where some or the other resource is being depleted in a way where you can apply common sense, then you can build from there. That's the first answer. Then when it comes to about backing that with data, you can do the market research by simply going on the internet. I am a proponent of ChatGPT, by the way, guys, like full on go berserk on ChatGPT, right? Type your mind first, right? Think and type. So initially when you want to just come up with data, you have got to see the world as an oyster, right? That becomes your total available market. So you got to see how big the opportunities in the world. Then, since it's a big problem anyway, you are going to find numbers that are going to push you towards that hypothesis. Don't be completely, in awe of those numbers. Go get a mentor, come to the best professors that you know and try to validate that. After you have done your validation, you build your available market. That's your, something that is very near to you. Let's say you are talking about the world, and India can be your available market, serviceable market. Then you think very small after that. You think, okay, which is the market I can sort of approach very initially, completely target my surroundings. Okay, so that becomes your target market. Okay, so that's how you come onto the conclusion. And the third thing that I would say is that don't worry about competition. You are in a space where even if your competition competes and outcompetes you, they are doing something great, and you are also doing something great. It's an impact that you are building. So think local, think in a way where even those little wins of your impact, they matter. Because eventually, if you survive long enough, climate tech is going to give everybody enough returns. And if it means the survival of the world, that's the best return and outcome.
Thank you. So Subodhji, you are a designer, a researcher. And when a scientist works in the lab, usually they think that whatever we are doing is the best and should go to the market. especially when you are working in an industrial setup. Of course, you filed a patent, created a design. You expect that now the company should manufacture it and take it to the market, and you are in the sector of medical devices, a very happening sector in India. But then there's your company which does research and then makes a decision whether your product goes forward or not. So I have two-part questions, like how do you decide what product should I work on? And how does your company decide that the design you made should go into the market or not? So what are the kind of research involved in this?
Great. So the first part, the research, where to dwell in or where to get in is the most important part. And it has to be kept away from the second part, where the market lies. So you get into the need, especially into medical devices. So you get into the user environment. You first look at the sector that you want to get in. For example, in a medical device, there are different organs that we have. And we focus on certain organ and the market and the clinical needs around that. So we focus on, let's say, we have to do some research around heart. So we'll narrow down our focus on heart. And then for 1 or 2 years, we just understand how a heart functions. What are the diseases associated? What is the chemistry, physics behind it? And then look at different research papers of what are the different disease states that are, not being solved. Okay? And then talk to a lot of physicians. And it is never a desk research. You have to immerse yourselves into the environment. So I go and stand, and my team goes and stands next to doctors for 8 to 10 hours every day, observing the procedure. And that's the amount of research that you have to do before you come up with a proper need, identify a need. Because if you identify a wrong need and you build a wrong business case, you're running after the wrong rabbit. So you do a lot of amount of research on identifying the right need. And sometimes we spend 5 to 6 years just understanding what need we are running after, which is nothing but maybe a 20-letter statement. This is what we are running after. So we will validate that with hundreds of physicians across the world. And after all, we are saving lives, right? So we make sure that we are running after the right need after identifying the right need, in the sense clinical need. Yeah. So validating that with hundreds and hundreds of physicians is how we come up with and conclude the research. Yeah. So that's the first part. Now the second part, the business. For a company like that I work for, any company, it's a business for them. And they'll get into a product or work on a product only if it makes business case for them. So now the trick is, how do you marry the need to the business case? You have a brilliant need identified, a disease state identified, a very brilliant solution. But if that's not a business case, the company will never support that. So we have to understand, and the end, running a billion-dollar company requires revenue. So the business will always take decisions based on the revenue that is generated and the impact that is generated. Yeah. So that is where you have to work on the research in such a way that you prioritize your need, you define your need such that it creates an impact, and then work on business models. So the solution itself may not bring in revenue, but that can be different business models, service models that can bring in revenue. So that is the innovative, creative thinking that we have to bring, lateral thinking that we have to bring in to marry the two aspects. One is the needs, the solution, of course, the need, solution, and the business case. And that is to and fro that happens between the researchers and the marketing folks. And that's a tug of war, believe me. So we have little fights on the table when it comes to research and marketing folks. But once you have a proper need identified and you stand strong on it, and there's an opportunity to it, no business can resist it. Yeah.
Thank you. So before I come to sir, and I want to ask a question regarding academia, how, say, in Western countries, spin-offs are coming up. In India, we still are not at that level. So before I come to you, I'll just go to Salil and ask, what Subodh mentioned was in terms of a very well-established Boston Scientific-like company, a very large-sized company. But when you are making decisions like as an entrepreneur, or you want to start your own company, how do all these factors come in? So whatever Subodh discussed regarding the research at the bench level versus market research versus the management decisions. But here you are starting a new company. You don't have maybe that big a team. So how do you factor in all these things and how do you research about it?
Yeah, so there are two aspects to this. One is if you are a student, and the other one is if you are like a little mature in your journey. So if you are a student, you need to build the do muscle. And if you are mature, then you need to build the think muscle. So early on, probably if you are starting out, right, and you start from a studentpreneur journey, then you do more and think less because you have the time to think. All your life is there to think, right? You have to develop the risk-taking ability. You have to develop the ability to execute on time. Okay, you have to basically develop the story of storytelling and then execution. So research does come into the picture, but it is 20% of your job because you anyway have so less of resources that if you put in time in utilizing those resources from a research perspective, you end up probably thinking a lot and doing a lot less. But let's say you have matured a little, right? Then research is everything because you have to be able to apply all your resources with good decision making, and all your consecutive decisions needs to justify the decisions that you have taken in the past. Just like when there is a child, right? He could be dancing on the floor or probably eating from the floor and doing everything, and we find that cute. But when that same child becomes a teenager, we expect them to behave properly. So that's where research becomes like very important. Yeah.
So universities are always considered as centers of knowledge generation, new ideas, young blood, who can think out of box. And in Western countries especially, even in countries in East like Japan, a lot of these ideas come up from universities, and IITs are one of the best hubs for this. But that the kind of culture which is existing in Western countries, we may be just reaching that position, but still we are much behind in knowledge generation in universities the way the West has been doing. So your take on this and how we can create that culture of spin-offs from the universities, and how students can take the opportunities that are there now for startups by taking the advantage of the structures existing in universities. And IIT Bombay, I think, is the best model that has worked in India.
Yeah, first of all, I'm not sure we want to idolize the West as such. So they have obviously an ecosystem which allows the best minds from everywhere to come in and do research, produce things, innovation. But they have focused so much on consumption, increasing consumption, maximizing consumption, which has led to many of the problems that developing countries now face, like climate change. So India obviously wants to have more problem-oriented, solution-oriented education, and that is about research, innovation, design, entrepreneurship. So the subtle difference we want to add in India would be academia has to focus on societal problems, economic development problems, people's problems, and then you have to divide the problem into resources. So India has problem of agriculture, food, water, energy, transportation, buildings. health. So when private companies or entrepreneurs focus on innovation, they are focused on patenting, cornering the market, making money. As Subodh said, they want to save lives, but unless there is money to be made, that's not so critical. So if you take a problem like India and education, how can you merge them together? So you want to provide a sense that what they do can make them money, but solve some problems for the country, for humanity, at least for developing countries. And that comes to taking out carbon, providing clean water, reducing emissions from agriculture while doubling farmers' income or giving farmers a certain basic income, travel around but don't pollute, have good health, clean air, clean water, clean soil, clean food, nutritious food. So we have to kind of evolve this team building innovation to have a way of giving them problem-oriented, self-driven learning with team building, entrepreneurship, communication, leadership, and so on.
Thank you. And, I think you have touched upon very important areas, and our students should think about how we can create specific solutions for the Indian environment and Indian people, Indian problems. And in this context, Boston Scientific now has a R&D center in Pune itself. And of course, the kind of, we just saw in COVID also that there were vaccines available, but the transportation was so costly that it could not fit the Indian requirements. Minus 70 degree was not something we could have done. You are working in sector of medical devices, which is so important for India and is growing at a very fast pace. So what are the areas and how different is Indian market and how the research for Indian scenario would be different from how it is being worked out in other areas? How is your company creating India-specific solutions and what kind of research is going behind that?
Well, when it comes to medical devices, the human body is same no matter which region. So the needs are same across the world. Only the market needs are different. Yeah, and that is something that you need to work on using different models, business models. So what works in Japan or what works in US won't essentially work in India, because those markets are run by reimbursements. You know, all the products, expensive medical services, they're run around reimbursements, insurances. So that is something that Indian environment and with the government, it's being, you know, propagated at a very good pace with the Ayushman and such activities. So that is driving the, you know, what you can say, usage of medical devices more, which was not possible earlier, you know, because of access issues, because of pricing issues. But that is something that would grow as we go ahead. Yeah. And India, if you look at the numbers that we have, there are different opportunities, accessibility opportunities. Accessibility to medical solution is not readily available. So those are the environments that, you know, different companies have to work on. And that is something, you know, we are working through our different service models that we are building up. Yeah. And that stands for any region. And, you know, coming to another sustainability issue that we shared. So there are manufacturing centers at different locations, Ireland, Costa Rica. So when it comes, the products have to be shipped as and when required to a patient, okay? And that's where we are optimizing the shipping routes using AI and such that the time to reach the patient is much, much lesser. And definitely with that, having less impact on the climate and, you know, carbon footprint. So those are different researches that we are working on to reduce that and given access as well to different markets.
Coming back to you, Salil. So when you are picking up a product to take forward, is it always coming from your lab or you scout for products from other labs also? And what are the deciding factors when you pick up a product? How can, say, would you go to the universities and try to scout for the products those are being prepared by students or solutions being worked out by students. What are the ways to do that, and how our students can take forward their research to benefit the startup culture in India?
Yeah, so a very technical answer to this would be, read this book by Steve Blank called The 4 Steps to Epiphany. Specifically, like if you are looking to develop a hardware product, he talks about a philosophy called customer development. So what he basically says is, don't invest too much of your resources till the point you have achieved product market fit. And till that point, you are just talking to consumers and creating something of value, right? So I employ the strategy of what am I good at? So my own skill set. What does the market want? And where is the business model? If the intersection is there, then that's a good product to have. Okay, so because if I'm well versed, I have developed the skill to execute on the product, that really helps. If the market wants it, that definitely helps, because in the end, everybody is building a business. And then, of course, like the third would be, what am I good at? What am I, like the skill set is there, the market is there, and there's an intersection of that skill. So eventually what you want is product-led growth. So your product will dictate what changes it requires, what pivots it requires. When you talk to the customer, it is going to dictate that. And you are going to come to certain conclusions that now is a good time. Everybody wants this product. I am also drained with all the supply, all the demand that I have there. Then I can totally invest in the product. I can bring funding. I can scale the product like that. So that's a good way to start.
Thank you. So I think in the end, I'll go to each of the panelists, and I would request you to define, say, 5 areas in the field of sustainability and development and climate, where you think that there's a huge scope for our students to work on, which you will, say, pinpoint that in immediate future, these are the areas where we need startups in India. So maybe 5 different areas, if you could put a finger on that these would be the areas where India requires new startups, and these are the areas where there's a immediate need to intervene.
Yeah, so one of the first things is that we have to listen to what nature is saying. So if you do something, whether it's intended or unintended, like increasing greenhouse gases, nature will not care. It will respond in a way that you may not like. That's what is happening. So if you want to live in harmony, then what is sustainability actually? I think the opening remarks that was being made by a couple of students said, sustainability is defined from the 1970s, from the 80s, from the Brundtland Conference as a way to exploit natural resources without jeopardizing the ability of future generations to exploit the same resources. This is a very true statement, but it can be utterly useless unless you define what you want to sustain. So that's where climate comes in. So climate is now affecting everything. So I met a lot of students who are doing BBA, MBA, there is pharmacy here, there are engineering disciplines and so on. So climate affects everything, and sustainability and climate should be thought of as, let's say, India wants to remain on a sustainable pathway, and climate is constantly pushing you away from the pathway, then you want to be able to come back. That's called resilience. So you want to build in resilience so that you always remain on sustainability pathways. Beyond those broad outlines, you want to focus on 5 things. As you said, it still comes back to the same thing. Look around. What is India's main strength and main weakness? India should be a desert considering where it is, but because of the monsoon, we are not a desert. Deserts come from the west and they go to north because we have the monsoon. But we are not using it properly because we have water issues. Even a water surplus region like Mumbai has water problems. So water, so access, quantity and quality. How much water you can get, how much it costs you, or how hard you have to work to get it, and how clean it is. Then food. Farmers, some Narayan Murthy made a comment that agriculture only contributes 25% to the national GDP, but it provides 60% of the employment. So how do you protect farmers from climate impacts? And how do you produce enough food for the growing population? We will peak at some time. Till then, we have to worry about food supply. Transportation. Gadkari sir is doing highways, wants to do EVs, which means you need clean energy. So it comes down to reducing the energy intensity of the GDP and carbon intensity of the energy. And health, of course. There is a lot of, India is the worst in terms of diarrheal diseases, worse than Bangladesh, Nepal, and Pakistan. Why is this the situation? What can you do as an entrepreneur to improve water quality and produce early warnings to prevent unnecessary deaths? And of course, buildings where energy consumption keep increasing because we build these things where we need to run a lot of fans or ACs. And as climate warms, this will only get worse. So infrastructure has to be resilient. So everywhere you look, there are opportunities for dealing with climate impacts and moving towards sustainability. So the more you work together and understand that energy is not independent of water, water is not independent of food, food is not independent of health, and so on, then you see all the connections, and everything is about sustainability, climate impacts and solutions, and entrepreneurship.
Thank you. Yeah. Subodhji, if you would like to.
Well, I'll extend that point. So, energy. So, work on anything that can reduce energy required for any process. And that's how you would, the sustainability will be an output from that. So, for engineers who are out there, reduce the effort that is required in any activity. Let's say manufacturing. So if you're manufacturing something that is molded in plastic, so how can you make it more efficient in terms of using the energy that is required? How can you make the products way less, make them more stronger, for example? And that's where you'll get a lot of ideas around sustainability and result in sustainability. So the way you manufacture products, the way you source materials, how can you reduce energy? So focus on the word energy. How can you cut down on the energy required for any process? And that will result and drive your ideas, and sustainability will be an output from that. So may it be in packaging, may it be in the way you ship products. So optimizing shipping is a big thing. So what deliveries of the best startups in India have done. Delivery is one very good example. That is using AI for shipping and optimizing shipping and shipping routes. So that is one major route where you can bring in sustainability, and delivery is one part. But how can you deliver medical devices? How do you deliver medicines? How can you deliver services through a better route, optimized route? That result in sustainability. And packaging is another aspect. So a lot of big products shipped around. You yourself must be, ordering 10 products per week. So how can you optimize that? So there's huge opportunity in that. So look around for opportunities where you can reduce the effort required in producing that, and by utilizing less energy. So that would be my thought on that.
Thank you. And then Salil, you take on this. What are the areas that you would suggest our students to research on, and the chances of a successful startup as well as contributing to the country in solving the problems?
So there are few areas where definitely you can work, like Mr. Ravi just said, that all these things are connected. It's a wicked problem. One problem brings another one. So have a mindset that is able to solve wicked problems. That means that, during this journey, there'll be times where you'll have to think in categories. So you'll have to think, okay, I want to enter inside the solar market. I want to solve a problem for the solar market. Then there are going to be times where I have to think like without categories. So if you are developing a solar plant and there is, it's on an agricultural land, then you will have issues of agriculture. So you'll have to deal with those, right? So it is going to happen this way. Now, one advice that I definitely would have somebody who's starting now in climate tech, think from the perspective of climate reversibility. So all the UN SDG goals, you make them UN CRG goals, right? Because sustainability is the thing that is going to probably reduce the pain when reversibility becomes the priority. We are living in the era of sustainability, but there'll come an era which will be much more painful than this. It's going to be the era of reversibility, because sustainability can only take you to a point. So let's just imagine that all the problems have aggravated, okay? And then now we have to reverse those problems, okay? And then choose your problem set. That is going to really help you. I can probably give you like an example. Fossil fuels have run out, okay? We have only reached a point with renewable energy that is giving us like 50–60% of the world's demand. Now what do? Right? That is a place where you have to really, you'll be the company who will have to really think what to do, right? But let's say you start your work right now, you will end up becoming the top company when this problem becomes about reversibility. So that's my 2 cents.
Thank you, Salil. I would in the end like to thank the panelists for their time and for making a lot of things clear to our students. I hope they learned a lot from this session. I would also if our students have any questions later, if they want to contact you. Thanks a lot. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for this engaging session. Before proceeding ahead, we would like to make an announcement. All the students are requested to remain seated in the pendal and avoid moving around. The discipline committee will be monitoring to ensure compliance. I now request our esteemed guests and dignitaries to come on the dais for a group photograph. Your presence will enhance this memorable moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is indeed an auspicious moment as we come together to welcome such distinguished personalities amongst us. Can we have a huge round of applause for them?
Now, I would like to request Dr. Ashwin Kuchekar sir to kindly come forward and deliver a vote of thanks. Dr. Ashwin Kuchekar is a dedicated scholar and a visionary in field of pharmaceutics.
Hello. Thank you. On behalf of Vishwanath Karad MIT World Peace University, I stand before you with profound gratitude and immense joy to extend our heartfelt appreciation to everyone who has graced this momentous 5 days R.I.D.E. theme, sustainable and climate. First and foremost, our deepest gratitude goes to all the distinguished dignitaries who have taken the time out from their busy schedules to grace us with their wisdom and insights. Your inspiring thoughts, addresses has left an incredible mark on the hearts and minds of the students, rekindling our passion for knowledge for a better tomorrow. A special thanks goes to our Honorable Dr. Vishwanath Karad sir, Executive President Honorable Rahul Karad sir, whose unwavering support and encouragement have been instrumental in shaping the vision of MIT WPU. Finally, we extend our gratitude to the students from SY Remember, students, it's a credited event, and the student representatives. Once again, thank you to everyone who has made this event a resounding success. Thank you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Lastly, but certainly not least, a heartfelt thank you to all of you, our enthusiastic participants. Your presence here today is a testament to your thirst of knowledge and commitment to innovation. Together, we are embarking on a journey that promises to be enlightening and empowering.
We would also like to extend our gratitude to the faculties, organizers, and volunteers whose hard work and dedication made this event possible today. Your efforts have made this event a reality.
Before we conclude today's proceedings, I would like to invite,
I would like to make an announcement. Everybody could kindly scan the QR code which would be displayed on your screen and fill out the Google form.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we leave here today, let's carry the spirit of innovation and collaboration forward. Together, we will continue to light up the path of progress. Thank you everyone for being part of this event. Until we meet again, keep innovating, keep inspiring, and keep shining. Thank you.
Should I say again, make sure to scan the QR code? Everybody please make sure to scan the QR code and fill the Google form before leaving.